All right, this week we had Benny Milam in studio, and it was a beautiful chat. Benny's one of those rope toe Midwest destroyers of all things, whether it's transition, jumps, park, rails, he can ride it all. But primarily, when it comes to rails, he is a steel technician. You can catch him on the podium of any major rail event pretty much in the past 5 years. He's a ripping skateboarder. He's a really humble kid. He's a really good kid. I think you guys are going to love this chat. Before we get into it, though, I got to say thank you so much to all the sponsors for coming on board. This episode's presented by Arbor Snowboards, also sponsored by Woodward, Bubs Naturals, Pub Beer, Yeti, Herschel, Goodr, and Lucy. So thank you guys so much to all the sponsors that came on board and supported it and all the Patreon members. And let's just get into it. Here we go, the Benny Milam episode.
You are listening to the
Hey, MFM. See you on the lift. Back attack, dude.
Bon voyage!
Get that damn car off of the hill.
Slide down them big hills. You know what I mean? On the big, nice burgundy snowboard.
All right, welcome to the Bomb Hole, which is presented by Run Through a Wall and Arbor Snowboards. Today, co-hosting, we got Rob Rothler, not Rothler, Rothler in studio. What's happening, Rob?
Oh, we're chilling, man.
Happy to have you in here. We got Baby Huey, a.k.a. Seth Hewitt, over in Raymer's Corner today. How we doing, Seth?
Absolutely excited for this one.
Love that. And the man of the hour, Benny, not Milam, Benny Milam in studio. What's happening, Benny?
How we doing, Chris?
I'm doing great. And lastly, we got Silk D on production. Beautiful,
What's happening?
beautiful beanie you got going
Thanks.
on.
Got it at a thrift store.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, fits great, works well. Very excited for this episode. And this one's, as you said, presented by Arbor Snowboarding. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. Arbor's been making high-performance snowboards for nearly 30 years with a little thing called craftsmanship. And they do it with a conscience. These guys were on the sustainability tip long before it was cool, using real wood top sheets, eco-friendly materials, and actually giving a damn about the mountains and the planet. Backed by one of the sickest teams out there with riders like Jared Elston, MFR, Red Gerard, Brian Aguchi, Danny Cass, the list goes on. Arbor Snowboards is resetting the standard, blending high performance and sustainability with precision, power, and purpose. So whether you're straight lining like a psycho or going full dummy in the park, Arbor's got the A-grade boards and bindings you need to ride your best. Now let's get into it.
Silk, that was fantastic.
Almost like you've done
Thank
that
you.
before.
Yeah, he's a true professional.
A couple times.
Well, let's just jump right in because it's fresh on my mind. Big winner for you this winter, but specifically, I wanted to talk about Red Bull Heavy Metal because there's 20,000 people there. You were on the top step of the podium. What was it like snowboarding in front of that sea of human beings?
You know, like in the moment, kind of just blacked out. You kind of ignore everyone, but like at the end, looking out, like that was insane to see. Like there's parking garages full of people behind the crowd. Like never thought that many people would be watching snowboarding like that. I mean, obviously X Games, you get a lot of people, but heavy metal, like the Red Bull Heavy Metal, seemed like there was like double the crowd from X Games this year.
Yeah, there was just like the random passerbyers that it was just a spectacle. I think you got everyone from snowboard fans to just people walking through the city.
Yeah, they tried to like keep the street open at the bottom of the down, the quad kink, I call it. Midwestern, sorry.
No comment.
It's like we can fight about that.
No comment. Continue.
But yeah, the crowd, like the street just got fully taken over. Like it was, I don't know, there was no stopping the crowd. They just like took over Boston. Red Bull Heavy Metal kind of took over Boston for a day. It was pretty surreal.
Yeah,
crazy
absolutely.
experience.
And Goodr was on fire, huh?
Dude, Goodr was on his own wave. Like as always, he's just like, I don't know, he's a legend. He's something else.
Yeah, when he went into the street, I was like, you legend.
Dude, he hit on the kink rail. He literally hit it one time and made it all the way to the end. That was the only time he touched that rail. Just one and done. Like
And missing half of a finger, just living legend from Rutland. I think it'd be cool though. I was talking to Doomer, who works over at Red Bull. He brought up a really interesting point that there was the Red Bull Heavy Metal, which I believe Seth Hewitt, Baby Huey, who's in studio, won in the early 2000s, somewhere in that region. And then it went away for a while. But from what I understand, you kind of re-sparked the whole thing. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess so. Like it was a little bit more of Eric Doomer's brainchild. Shouts out Doomer, he's the man. Yeah. But he kind of like proposed the idea. Like I've been wanting to do like a street contest with Red Bull for a long time, and I don't know. He just like brought up the idea and like brought it up to Duluth. It kind of like got the ball rolling. Like took a couple trips up to Duluth, kind of like helped them like figure out what features might be good. Like because for that one they only had the tower and the crazy kink, and then they had to like kind of design like a zone 2, which worked out really good. But yeah, it kind of helped with that one a little bit. Like not like full hands-on, but just like kind of giving them some advice and like working with Frankie Bird and Oren Tanzer, like testing all the features out. Dude, when I first ollied out of the tower, like the day before the contest, the landing was like bulletproof. Like I literally sounded like a 12-gauge shotgun went off when you landed. Like
I have the video of it. I'll try and send it to you. If you jumping out of it was crazy.
It's like a 25-foot drop to like just straight ice, like the classic Midwest ice. It was not ideal, but they fixed it up and ended up being super fun.
Fast forward 24 hours, Joey Fava's double flipping into it, breaking his like spine or whatever the fuck he hurt.
If he would have stayed tucked, he could have went triple. Yeah, he could have had that.
Yeah, that's incredible. I got a question about that because the cab 2 that you almost made, God damn it, I wish you made that, Benny. That was fucking legendary. Trying to cab 2 that insane kink. We're not going to get into the amount of kinks or whatever it's called, but almost put it down with the crowd. So I have a question. Would you prefer to land that in the heat of the moment at an event and like Red Bull Heavy Metal, or would you prefer to land that in a crew of your friends filming, for a video part?
I definitely wish I would have just done it in the event so I don't have to go back and do it. That would have been nice. But honestly, like filming it for a video part, like that'd be the ender of all enders for me. Like I actually went back later that year with the Capita crew and like, I don't know, I scared the shit out of myself trying that again. Like I tried it probably 5 times. Like everything lined up perfect. Like the night before it snowed, it got like 5 inches. Like we showed up, the stairs were covered perfect. Like we had to shovel them off a little bit, but like we went there the night before, fully set it up, and then like it was like sunny out, and like I don't know, someone in the crew said something the day before, not in regards to the kink rail, but they just like scared the shit out of me. Like you never know when it could be your last spot, and like I had that in the back of my mind, like hitting the kink rail, and I don't know, just kind of scared myself and kind of I tried it 5 times, almost died every single time, and I still have yet to go back. I'm waiting for the right time to go back, but
I actually remember I tagged along for that trip, and it was gnarly when we set it up. Like, it was good, and there was snow, but like we were ice chipping to get snow into the landing the night before.
We were out there drinking beers, and like we made an igloo next to the rail.
we had a good ass time.
That was a fun time setting that up.
Yeah, so it seems like you just got to be in the right headspace, maybe, or you got to be there's just the right timing to go back, because that's a serious move. You could obviously get smoked.
Yeah, no one's like truly gone backwards through it. Like Sam Klein front boarded it, kind of almost similar to how Zeb did it in the contest, but that's the only person that's actually made it. Those 2 are the only people that have successfully made it backwards through that rail. It's like kind of been a legend in Duluth. Like this homie Jake Aldridge tried it, and I don't know what happened there. I think he just walked away from it. But a lot of people have tried to go back. Dylan Alito tried to go backwards through it on a Vulcan trip probably 10 years ago. Like, I don't know. Someone's got to go, like, right in the middle. And
cab 2 into the front board as well. And that person's you.
I know Sam Anderson tried it, too.
Dude, he got smoked.
Really smoked.
Worst case, like, launch off the flat, like... Yeah, that's...
When you do cab 2s, it almost seems like once you're in it, you're just as comfortable as the front board, right?
Yeah, I guess, like, when you're doing it through a big kink rail, or, like, any kink for that fact, you try to do, like, half cab and then lock into front board so you don't, like, as soon as you turn your shoulders and start to go to switch, you just get lost on the rail. And, you just want to try to treat it like a half cab and then front board and, like, pull it back to regular so you can keep control through the rail, but...
Yeah, super mellow.
Yeah, super mellow. It's, for Seth and I, who come from kind of the more boomer generation, it's more of a wherever it hits, it sits. You just kind of throw a 270 up, and it might go regular, it might go fakey.
Just hold on.
Just kind of survive.
Hold on.
Like Mr. Chubb said, it's all in the hips.
It's all in the hips. That's what it is. That's amazing. Well, let's go back to the formative years of Benny Milam and how you found snowboarding. I'm always curious about that.
So I have a brother who's 10 years older than me, and then a brother who's 3 years older than me. And my brother Alex, who's 3 years older than me, we always looked up to what my oldest brother Josh was doing. And he was like kind of a punk skater, snowboarder kid when he was younger, and like we thought he was so cool. He is so cool. But he kind of shaped us. Like we always just looked up to him. Everything he did, we would do. I think my first time skateboarding was on his skateboard, and like we just loved it. We thought skating and snowboarding was like the sickest thing ever. And like one year for Christmas, my parents ended up getting us snowboards. I was probably 4 or 5 years old. We got I think it was like a liquid LTD or something like that, like some old school board. But yeah, we took it to the backyard and then started going to troll. I remember my very first memory at a resort, my dad took us to Trollhagen, and we were riding Valhalla, the park there. And I was like following my brother through the park, and I watched him launch off the side of a lip onto a rail. And I tried to do the same thing and caught my toe edge and just like cut my stomach open so bad. And like I ended up walking down the hill with my snowboard, and I'll never forget it. There's people like riding up the rope looking at me laughing, just like, it was probably Jeffy Gabrick, honestly. Like probably Jeffy, like probably 20 years ago. But yeah, like first experience at Trollhagen. That was my first place I ever rode. But
Amazing. Did you skate first?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I was 1, so that's, yeah. No, I'm curious. I got a hard-hitting question here. You got a lot of rope tow resorts in the Midwest. You know, you got Troll, you got Highland, you got Wild, you got all kinds of Buck Hill. I'm forgetting a lot of monumental ones here, but you had to pick one to ride for the rest of your life. You got to pick one. You can't do some media trained fucking answer where you say, "Oh, all of them." You got to pick one. What are you picking?
I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. I'd go Trollhagen.
Okay,
every day.
there it is.
It's as proper as it gets.
Yeah.
They know how to set up a rail.
All right, Rob.
Was there any pros in that area that you looked up to?
Everybody that was a part of 1817 was who I looked up to. Like all the 1817 guys. Like, and honestly, my biggest influence growing up, I actually started snowboarding at Wild Mountain, or like that was my main resort until I was like 15, and then I realized Trollhagen was proper. But Christer Allis was always like the local legend there. Like I don't know if you guys are familiar. I know you're familiar with him, but he's
Critter Brick.
he was kind of like Breezy's right hand man. Like him and Breezy would Rochambeau to hit the crazy spots that Breezy would hit. But yeah, Christer was always like just doing the most insane shit at Wild, and like I just always looked up to him. I still look up to him to this day. Like he's just a good ass dude.
Still ripping,
living the life. Yeah, he kind of had a rough end of the year this year.
He got smoked, right?
Broke his tailbone.
Yeah, fuck, that's brutal.
Those rocks will sneak up on you.
All right, there's a rumor. It's not a rumor. I think it's true. But you got homeschooled, right? How did that come to be?
So when I was in 1st and 2nd grade, my brother was a part of the ski club that was 5th and 6th grade at this school I went to. And my mom would take me out to go snowboard with them every Wednesday to join the ski club, and like just take me out of school for a couple hours every day. And then like I think, yeah, it was 3rd grade. I don't know why I said I think, but 3rd grade, the school tried to make me cut my hair, and I really didn't want to cut my hair. Like I've always had long hair, but it was like a Catholic school in this small town. And my mom was like, well, let's just try homeschooling. Like she was a stay-at-home mom, and yeah, she decided to start homeschooling me, and I never went back to public school.
Amazing. I always wonder, because, we're a public school kid, you're like, is a kid going to get social skills because they're just homeschooled? But it seems like with snowboarding, you probably got to hang out with all your friends when you snowboard and skate, right?
Yeah, like my community was either at Third Layer, the indoor skate park in Minneapolis, or Wild Mountain. Like, I would always go to Wild on Fridays to hang out with the girls. Like if I wanted to hang with girls, Friday was the day to go. But yeah, it was the resorts. That was like my community. But also my next door neighbor started homeschooling. He was my best friend. So like he actually was Micah McGinnity's little cousin.
So that's legendary.
Also, one thing that got me like super inspired on snowboarding, like Joey's cousin was Micah McGinnity, who's pro for Vulcan, pro for Park City, like Academy. Like, yeah, Micah was like a huge influence growing up.
Yeah, seeing somebody that did it and being like, wow, you can actually make it. That's major, huh?
And he grew up really close to you, right? Like,
yeah, he
like
grew
geographically, like kind of explain like how the towns work.
So I grew up in this town called Chisago City, which is 20 minutes from Trollhog and Wild Mountain. And the next town over is called Forest Lake, and that's where Micah McGinnity grew up. So he grew up on the lake. He was also a professional wakeboarder in the summer.
Ooh,
but
okay.
yeah, double trouble, pro snowboarder, pro wakeboarder. Like, that's the Minnesotan's dream, I guess.
We got to hit that air horn for Micah.
Yeah, you're just missing a pro hockey player too, because they got some good exports for that as well. But want to talk about growing up being an indoor skate park kid, because on the East Coast we skated a lot of indoor parks, or at least I did. And Third Layer's indoor in Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a mecca in Minnesota.
Yeah, I just feel like there's something with the indoor parks where it's like, it's cold outside, but it's fucking hot inside. There's music playing. There's just like a whole vibe about indoor parks that I love.
Yeah, there's something special about them, especially like Third Layer too. Like, there's been a lot of really good skaters that have come out of there, like Tanner Van Vark, Henry Garland, Jack Olson, Alec Majers. He's from southern Minnesota, but he would always come up like, yeah, huge shouts out to those guys. But
Jonathan Reese, Logan Mosey.
Yeah, Jonathan Reese, Logan Mosey, like, I don't know.
Benny Milam.
Good crew growing up.
Benny Milam.
Guys.
But you were a prodigy yourself on the skateboard as well, right? Like nobody's like I was a prodigy. It's a weird question to ask, I'm sorry. But like, you've been doing it since you were a little kid. Right?
Yeah, I honestly at one point loved skating more than snowboarding. And like, I don't know, I kind of wanted to pursue it, and then I ended up tearing my knee, or like blowing my knee out at Hood one summer skating, and like realized that snowboarding surprisingly is easier on the body.
Really? Yeah.
And I still love skating like just as much as snowboarding. Sometimes I think it's more fun. A lot of the times I actually have a lot more fun skating than snowboarding, just because it's so hard. Like, I don't know. It's nice to get that change between snowboarding and skating every year too, but yeah, I just like hurt my knee and kind of gave up. But I used to do I competed in skate contests like every year at the state fair, the Minnesota State Fair. I would skate demos at Third Layer, or like with Third Layer with all the Third Layer kids. And like, that was a huge part of growing up. And I even had like a bunch of the skater kids snowboarding. Like, they joined the local like snowboard team with me, like Henry Garland and Tanner Van Vark. And yeah, I realized once they quit snowboarding and stuck to skating full time, like they just exploded. Like, they were so insanely good at skating, and like, I don't know, still are like some of the best skaters. Like, Tanner's insane.
Yeah, ridiculous. But there's what was this Volcom skate contest? Didn't you do a podium at the warehouse, or get a podium there?
Yeah, at the Volcom Wildman Parks, like, they had a skate contest and a snowboard contest series going on. So it was, the snowboard one was Peanut Butter Rail Jam, and then the skate one was Wild in the Parks. And the last year they did it, I ended up winning the open class like PBRJ, and then at the championships was at the barracks for the skate one, and I ended up getting third somehow.
Somehow.
What are we talking? Hard flip the stairs? Give me some tricks. What do we do there?
I did like a front 270 lip slide down the 10 stair.
What?
Back.
What the fuck?
Back 270 lip.
That thing's big. It was big.
Perfect.
Wait, you said back 2 lip down the 8?
Back 2 lip down the 8, and then
the front 2 lip was the 10.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not listening. Listening. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to take my snowboard tricks to skateboarding, and like, I don't know. I always had to mirror it though, like in a contest. Like, if I did a front, they call them front 3 lip, not front 270 in skate terms. But if I did a front 3 lip on a skate, or on one spot, I'd have to do a back 3 lip on the other one. And just kind of snowboard.
It's pretty self-explanatory, Rob.
I got a little guest question from via text from Nunyo Biz.
Yeah.
He said, would you rather have continued being a pro snowboarder, or with your pro snowboarding career, if you had a offer to go pro in skating?
That's a really good question. Like, honestly, Probably skating, because those guys just have it so good. Like, they're just hanging out in 80-degree weather all day, like cruising around in a van. They don't have to shovel it all. Like,
Yeah, the no shoveling's major.
yeah, filming a video part, like, people don't realize this, but it's like a full-blown job. Like, you're just out there busting your ass shoveling a spot for like hours on end. Like, depending on the size of the spot, like sometimes you can just shovel the stairs, build a lip, you're good. But I don't know, like making a spot safe, building the lip, building a drop in, figuring out the speed, building the landing, not getting kicked out while doing that. Like, I don't know, it's a lot harder to get away with snowboarding in the streets than it is skateboarding in the streets. And I would probably rather be a pro skater if I could. That's a really good question, Mason. But
Here's the one thing that I feel like to think about with snowboarding though, catching airtime. Like
Hang time.
it jumps, it's crucial.
you can't roll your ankle in snowboard boots.
Yeah, you can. If you have soft boots, I've destroyed my ankle.
Done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not roll it, but you can hot pocket and
Yeah.
sprain it.
Yeah, I feel like skating, you roll your ankle at least twice a summer. If
Yeah,
you're like
that's
skating all the time. Like,
Yeah.
no avoiding it.
It's a good concept. I mean, just jumping down stairs, heel bruises,
Shinners.
shinners. Also, like, if you see what pro skaters are doing nowadays, you're like, imagine being like 10 and seeing Yuto or something. You're like, I have to learn how to do a nollie 270 to nose slide down a fucking 12.
Dude, the girls' side of skating nowadays is insane too.
Yeah.
They're going to be competing with the guys as soon as we know it. Like, they're doing kickflip backsmiths down 10 stairs. It's like, what is going on? Like, even like, I don't know, the girls' side of skating and snowboarding, it's blowing up. But like skating, they're on another level. Like, it's crazy to watch. Like, watching the Olympics, that was insane. I couldn't do any of the things that they were doing. Most people couldn't. And they're like doing it so consistently, like every single try. I don't know. It's really sick to see.
I agree. It's going crazy right now. I want to talk about the USASA. I feel like some of your formative years, back-to-back champions. You were the back-to-back champion. Who were the other dogs around that time that were doing nationals you were competing against?
Cody Warble was one of them.
Oh, shit.
One of the years he got second. Like, we were battling it out for like the top of the podium, I guess. 2 runs, but yeah, it was like the 720 Bubs. And
Throwing snowballs into the hot tubs from your homies' rooms. Oh, that's the best.
Dude, there was one time it was like Garrett McKenzie, Chase Blakely, this kid Walker Murphy, and I. We took a bunch of soap and poured it into one of the hot tubs and made it like the most insane bubble bath and just completely destroyed the hot tub. But like
Drain it. Yeah.
the whole room was just like covered in bubbles. Like, I don't know. It was, what a time to be alive like that.
We got a guest question from your boy Juicy Joker, a.k.a. Garrett McKenzie. Here we go. Let me find that thing.
Hey, Benny, it's Garrett. I got a question for you. I think it's a good one. Do you think that if you had to, you would be able to spend a night alone at my parents' old farmhouse? I'm sort of under the impression that you wouldn't be able to, which rightfully so, it was a scary place, but I kind of got to know. Love you, brother. Can't wait to see you when you come home.
Damn. Can we get an air horn for Garrett?
Absolutely.
Big time.
That's my brother right there. Dude, his parents lived in the scariest house I've ever been in. Like, it was out in the middle of nowhere, out in like the sticks of, like, pretty much 5 minutes away from Wild Mountain. Just like sketchy. Like, it's like where a horror film would be filmed, like, or a horror movie. But it was a house that was built in like 1850. And the story behind it was that one winter in like 1890, this girl named Emily, she was probably 10 years old and got super sick and died. And it was the winter time, so they couldn't bury her outside because the ground was frozen. So they buried her in the basement. And supposedly she was buried like right under the furnace in the basement. And yeah, I don't know. We had some like really scary nights. Like, there was one time we were sitting in this one like office room watching some snowboard videos, probably watching Child Support or like Mountain Lab or something. And we were home alone. It was just Garrett, my brother, and I. And we heard this like insanely loud banging from coming from the basement, like banging on the floor, like scaring, like we were like scared shitless. And another night we were like sitting there. I actually tried to have my parents come pick me up one night.
Garrett
like,
mentioned that. He did bring that up.
Dude, yeah, it was like I called him at 12 at night. Like I was like, Mom, you got to come pick me up. Like, please come save me. Like, but that night, like it was like I saw like a figure in the corner of the house, and like we were like sitting in the living room, and we had these plastic sheets that go over the window to like insulate the house, kinda. And one of those started shaking really fast, and then the TV just turned on out of nowhere, and like we like tested it out. We put all the TV remotes on the table, took the batteries out, and we were like, if there's anyone present, show us a sign. And like the TV turned on, and like we ended up going out to, they had like an RV like parked in the front, like an old school RV, and we tried to go sleep out there, and the door on the RV got like smashed into, and we thought it was the dogs. We opened up the door, there was no one around. Like we ended up creating a mega bed in the living room, and like we all just slept on like the same bed, like so close to each other. Like Garrett lived in this place. I don't know how he did it, but you'd hear like footsteps upstairs. Like it was pretty, I don't know, pretty insane. It was really scary staying there. I don't know, like to this day, if I could stay there alone. Like,
Yeah, me either, brother.
I'd be out of there so quick.
Yeah, I'd be 37 years old calling to get picked up. Straight up.
Dude,
No shame.
So you believe in ghosts?
I believe in ghosts, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, you've had your fair share of run-ins with some haunted houses, haven't you?
Dude, yeah, actually one time on one of the Snowboarder Mag trips, we were all up in like some like Vasa, Finland or something, like way up north, and it was like Reed Smith, Finn Westbury, Eastone, Mia Lamson, Derek Weimer, and we like ended up staying at this like schoolhouse compound. There was like, it was like built around a roundabout. There was like 5 houses, and right near the entrance there was this big barn, and we show up and there's like not as many beds as they said there was. So like Eastone and Derek Weimer go to the barn, and they're walking in the basement of the barn, and they hear someone run across the floor upstairs, and they like go upstairs, and there's just like probably like a 40-foot hallway with just like 20, 30 beds like lined up and no one up there. And like that was like right when we got there. And then like later that night, Eastone was like smoking a cigarette out on the porch, and he looks at the farmhouse, and in one of the windows, he was watching this white figure like move in front of the window and then move away. And he thought he was like tripping. So he came and got all of us, and we all sat out on the porch and watched this white figure move in front of the window and then move away. And we all like had to get to the bottom of it. So we walked up to the window, and there was like, it was like a 8x8 room with just a queen size bed and nothing in there. And like, yeah, it was a wild experience. We ended up staying there on Friday the 13th too. Oh yeah, Cooper and Whittier was there too. And so one morning we wake up, and the landlords are inside the house. They're like these 2 80-year-old dudes. One of them had like a stubby leg, like he was like limping around. And they left the door open to like the owner's closet, and we found a little baby doll in there. And Eastone, being the shithead that he is, he started messing with everybody. And like he ended up like putting the baby doll under his mattress. So like in the middle of the night, it'd be like 3 a.m. He'd roll over, and you'd hear the baby doll just like go off. And like he was such a menace. And dude, it, like Friday the 13th, Cooper Reed and I made a mega bed again. We put all our beds together. Slept like, yeah, within arm's reach. But there was like the bathroom doors would swing open at night. Like there was some weird stuff. But also Mia ended up putting her camera in front of the bathroom doors, and Eastone's door was like right next to it, where he could sneak behind and like press record and stop the recording on her camera, and like slam the door and run back into the room. Like he was like amplifying the situation. He was making it way worse. But it ended up getting so bad that Derek Weimer ended up getting his own hotel room down the street.
Damn.
Like, I don't blame him at all. Like I don't know. It was like really spooky staying there on Friday the 13th too. It was like probably a schoolhouse in like the 1920s or something like that. And like, yeah, that was a pretty wild experience, like crazy. Like you would be so happy to leave the house in the morning and go to a spot and like try not to spend as much time as you can there because it was so spooky. But yeah, we all had a crazy experience there.
God damn. Yeah, that was for everybody or beta?
That was beta year.
Yeah, okay. You guys were kids.
Yeah, we were fresh out of high school, Reed, and Cooper was like 16 or something. Like, Cooper was really a baby.
Yeah. Okay, people, breaking news. Bombhole's doing adult camp week at Woodward, August 10th to 15th. Now, if you're an adult that wants to go to summer camp, learn some new tricks, and have an awesome time, I highly recommend checking out Woodward Copper. We'll be there bringing the vibes. We're coming through with Seth Hewitt, Joey B, how you doing? Myself. We're going to be having a blast on hill. They got some of the best coaches on planet Earth. It's also for all ability levels. Whether you're a beginner, new to park riding, or you're an advanced rider, there's stuff for everybody. They got all different size features. They got the indoor facility in the barn. If you want to chuck on a rollerboard into a foam pit and then take it to snow, they got you covered. Great skateboarding setup. There's golf. You're at high elevation. The ball flies very far. So I recommend checking out coppercolorado.com, signing up for adult camp. We'll be there again August 10th to 15th for Bombhole Week. We'll see you guys there.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break with a brief message from our good friends over at Yeti. Introducing the brand new all-weather Kaio backpack. And I think it's fair to say we all understand that Yeti's products and bags are made with toughness, versatility, and comfort in mind. And the Kaio backpack is your best adventure-ready all-weather option. And let me just say, I think Yeti's finally done it. They made the perfect bag. It's got these nifty exterior pockets that, get this, are not connected to the rest of the bag. Now, this means a few things. The first is that with these external pockets, you can have easy access to your Yeti Rambler or Yonder water bottle, okay? It doesn't need to be bouncing around with the rest of your goodies. But that's not all. Get this, okay? Hypothetical. You go to the beach. It's sunny. It's hot. You're wearing a t-shirt, but boy, are you sweating, okay? After a long day of relaxing in the sun with your best pals, that t-shirt's going in the bag with the rest of your stuff, but it's covered in sweat, but not anymore. Thanks to the Yeti Kaio backpack, this sweat-drenched t-shirt can be in a separated pouch and not get anywhere near your beloved items. But it doesn't just stop there. Inside the bag, there are very thoughtfully placed pockets to help you stay organized on your day out. And built for comfort, the back panel on this Kaio backpack is uniquely designed to allow for airflow to keep you dry when you're working hard. I think it's fair to say that this bag is in its element, in the elements. And they got 3 sizes out there: the small but mighty 15, the 25 is your daily driver, and the 35L is great for long haul days. You can find the Kaio backpack at Yeti.com, a Yeti retail store, or your local skate, surf, or snow shop. Get after it, folks.
All right, I'm going to change gears here and dive into a question from Eric Doomer that is totally unrelated to ghosts. Here we go.
Yo, Benny, it's Eric Doomer. I remember you from back in the day when you were a little Grom, crushing every contest you did and turning heads in the snowboard park. Now that you're no longer Grom, who are the up-and-comers that you got an eye on?
Damn, that's a good question. Can we get an air horn for Eric?
Yes, we can. Sidebar, I stopped doing air horns as frequently because people get really mad when I didn't do them, because then you start doing them and then you miss. So anyway, continue. Answer the question, sorry.
So, Nixon Jib Fest is next up. That kid is something else. He's got the best Captain pretzel in the game. Like, he's 15 years old. He actually, I went to Norway with him for 2 weeks, and I finally understand what Jeffy Gabrick went through with me when I was 15. Like, being 23 years old with a 15-year-old kid, he just constantly talking shit, jabbing at you, and like, it's like a little brother. But Nixon Jib Fest, the Hitman, Brett Stamper.
Dude.
Yep.
That kid's a powerhouse, an absolute unit. Bad boy Noah, obviously. He just did such a good backflip same way on a down rail at Mammoth. I can't imagine doing that at 6 years old. Like, that kid's a beast.
6. At 6.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to read when I was 6.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. How was that Mammoth trip? Spring meltdown.
Dude, it was really sick. Mammoth was, it's always like it's the best place to be in the spring. Like, and honestly, Palisades in Tahoe is very slept on, but that place is top tier. We went like Tahoe for a couple days and then went to Mammoth and got to ride with the Geeson brothers and Keegan Hosenfros and yeah, Lenny Mazzotti, obviously. It was a really dope springtime trip though. And Yeah, we had a crazy experience one night. I was sleeping at Lenny Mazzotti's house in Reno, and we woke up.
Hold on. We might have a question about this. Hang on. I don't know if this is the same one. I'm going to fire up this Lenny question.
Yo, what's up, Benny? What's up, Bombhole? Lenny here, and my guest question is, so the CP2 tour, when we were in Vegas, the Flamingo and the rooftop, I would love for you to fill people in and explain what transpired there. Bring up our whole trip and maybe growing up with Henry at Third Layer. I love you, Benny. You're seriously the best dude on and off a board, and I can't wait to hear this. Peace.
Damn. Shouts out Lenny. He's brother. Should we come back to this one?
We'll come back to come back to it.
Yeah, we can just finish the mammoth thing. Like,
Okay, I'm sorry. That was horrible production. Continue with the story that you were going to tell. Actually, can we just cut out that whole thing and we'll just... You're going to leave it? All right, leave it in, Silk. Fuck it. Sorry to everybody.
Yeah, so we were staying in Reno with Lenny Mazzotti and Owen and like 8 Ounce Juice Box. We know him and the homie Carson Clunt at their house. And I was with my girlfriend Bridget. We were sleeping in the living room, and Owen comes bursting through the door at like 12:30 at night. Like we were trying to sleep, and comes bursting through the door. He's like, "Somebody fucking call 911." And we're like, "What is going on? Like, did someone die or something?" And he's like, "The neighbor's house is up in flames." And like we ran out of the house, and the next door neighbor's house was like, there was like 100-foot flame coming off the house. And like Owen and I, not the smartest move, but we ran up, and like we were sitting like probably 20 yards away from the house, just watching this house burn and like watching the firefighters pull up and like do their work. It was really cool to watch a firefighter like step into action like that and see how they like go about the whole process. But like we ended up sitting out there for like an hour and a half just watching like the house burn. Like,
did it burn down?
The garage burnt down. So like a car lit on fire in the garage, and they were able to like stop the fire, but I think the whole attic lit up in flames, and that house is probably gonna have to get demolished.
Damn.
But yeah, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen with my eyes.
You still got those videos on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe send them for the viewers, because it's insane. Like if you've never seen an entire house engulfed in flames, like it was terrifying. Just to see on your story. I wasn't there, obviously.
Owen is like the most enthusiastic kid, and like I have a video of us like running up, and then I go to his face, and his face is just like, it looked like he just saw a ghost. Like his eyes are wide open. He's like, "Holy shit!" And then it pans over to the fire, and like that was something I'll never forget.
Crazy. And that was in Reno?
In Reno, yeah.
Damn. Do we want to dive into the Lenny question?
Yeah, let's do it.
So he asked about a story from Vegas.
Yeah, so I was with Seth through all of this. He was kind of the man behind it. But we did these 2 Volcom tours called the CP Tour, or Cross Pollution Tour, and then the CP Tour. And the CP Tour, we got Volcom skaters and Volcom snowboarders together. It was like Cody, Reed, Axel Greisberg was on it, CJ Collins, Alec Majuras, Henry Gartland. And we started in SoCal, made our way to Salt Lake. But we stopped in Vegas one night, and someone discovered that the door to the roof of the Flamingo was wide open. So we all went up there with a case of beer, and we were hanging our feet over the edge of the casino, watching a party at the pool across the way, just like hanging out on the rooftop. And we were kind of on a tear. Like before that, we were driving through Tahoe, and they were shooting Roman candles out of the Vulcan truck, and they got pulled over and almost got really screwed for that. But it's like what you do when you're young. And yeah, so I can't remember who was shooting them, but Seth ended up getting kind of a fat fine on that.
Yeah. And the Flamingo was crazy because, we're up there, Vegas Strip, 15 people on the roof or 12, I don't know, hanging our feet over. We're just like, it was just epic. You just front row seat to the Vegas Strip. And then all of a sudden it was kind of like, we're up here for a long time. Like, this kind of feels weird. And then half the crew, I guess, like there's a sub story. We're like, okay, let's get out of here. So we start coming down, and Betty's like jumping the stairs, like down the, because you had to go up the fire exit. And Betty's, you're jumping the stairs, right? Like thud, and then thud, and then thud, and then the last time we're all caught by the hotel security in this stairwell, and Betty jumps down. He's all thud, and he looks up, and he's like, oh, fuck.
Dude, that was actually Henry, because I did the same thing. I was like probably a minute in front of Henry.
Yeah.
And I'm jumping down the stairs, and we all get caught. Like, we get caught by security. We're like stuck in a stairwell, like on one of the flats. And then, yeah, like you're saying, it's like doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. And Henry rounds the corner, and he just looks at us, and he's just like, ha, fuck. Like, he knew we were busted.
There's like all these security guards that are just like on their headsets are just like, say, oh, we got him. And then it's like me, CJ, he's like 13. Benny, Henry, we're all just like sitting there just like, oh no. And they're just like, yeah, we got him. We're gonna take him in and all this stuff. And it was like crazy. It's like, I was just sitting there, I'm like, I'm so fired. We're all so going to jail. He's a 13-year-old. Like, this is so bad.
We're all drinking beers.
Yeah, and then half the crew was in like the side story. They're in an elevator with the other half of the head of the security, and he's like, for whatever reason, they were super cool, and they're like, oh yeah, that's our friends. Like, we're going to see him. He's like, are you guys staying here? And he's like, yeah, we're all staying here. And then all of a sudden there was some radio chatter. Next thing you know, they're just like, you guys are staying here. What's the reservation? They look it up. It's all legit. Next thing you know, they're like, you guys are good. You guys can go. Just to let us off. It was like the highest being on the strip and then the lowest ever. And then just that sense of relief. Could have been super bad.
We should have all got fined. I mean, in Vegas, on top of a casino, literally at the next casino over, there was like a full-blown pool party going. Like, they probably thought we were like on some sketchy shit in Vegas. Like, you're just middle of the strip on a casino roof. But
yeah,
I can't believe we all got away with that.
I mean, and then that bottle rocket story, that's a whole different ball of wax.
Okay, so
it was just like,
back to the bottle rocket thing. So Mark Clavin was in the Vulcan truck when that happened, and he somehow is really good at gambling. Who would have thought? Like, he's not a gambler, but like he's got the luck of the draw, I guess. And he, in Vegas that night, went to one of the tables, won like $2,500 cash, and just handed it straight to Seth. Just paid off the whole ticket, just like that. Like,
no fucking way.
Yeah, so there were Roman candles, right? Pulling into Tahoe. It was just like, everyone's all juiced. Next thing you know, there's Roman candles going out of the truck, like the big Vulcan purple truck. And there's like heavy traffic coming into Incline. And like, of course, we just get, oh no, lit up. And I'm just like, again, I'm like, I'm driving, of course. Like, this is so bad. This is going down. We ended up getting off other than like a $1,200 ticket. So later that night, we're just super bummed, just like, this sucks. Like, I'm glad I'm not in jail though. You know what I mean? Like, not happening. Yeah, Clavin. He goes hot streak on the blackjack table, just one after another. And I'm just standing behind him, and he's just handing me chips. He's just keep it coming, just keep it coming, hit me, we're staying. And he's just handing me chips. He'd win a hand me chips. And then Chris Martinez, Rogue, he kind of had a concussion. Like, he was like our events guy, and he went rogue on his own. Comes back, puts like $400 on the table, just like, here, take this, I won this. And I'm like, how? He's like, I have no idea. So the ticket got paid. Like, I still got the ticket, but at least it was a story of all time. I don't know. Those tours were crazy.
Roman candles launching out of the truck. I feel like that's right on brand. Like, that's the.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're just idiots. It was like right after like all the California fires, and they're bringing. It was just terrible. It was like worst case scenario. Everyone was bummed. But
those tours? I wonder about pulling up to the skate park. You got pro skaters just unloading. And then you guys go snowboard. You guys were doing snowboarding and skating on the tours?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Like, with cross pollution, it was like taking the skate team and taking the snowboard team, doing a trip or a video, whatever we did, and it was like cross, pollination, but cross pollution, we called it, which was sick. And like throwing Benny and Henry and Alec And then, Reed and Cody, everybody in the van. And, we went from Bear. These guys just destroyed Bear. And this is like early December on this tour. So it was kind of like the first time people were kind of really getting it going for the year. And distinctly, I remember then we go to Vegas and did that whole thing and found this Blum, lined us up with this sick DIY. Henry got a bunch of sick clips and Alec. And then we go to Mammoth. And at that point, it was kind of a couple days in, everyone's tired. And we show up to Mammoth, very first run. And this is like classic Benny right here. Show up to Mammoth and we're on the chair. He's just like checking out the main park, just like, all right, first run. And we get to the top and I was on the chair with him and I just turned on, put the fisheye right in his face. I'm like, let's get it. And he just locks in and FT, kid you not, had not even ridden Mammoth, not touched any steel there. Backlips the kink, hardway 270 on the long rail, all the way down first run, hadn't even ridden there at all, laced his whole little section there. It was so sick.
Dude, that's how Mammoth rails are. You can trust them. You can just go heels first lap, and you're golden. You got the best rails.
I've never met anybody that you that could just show up and just be like, let's get it. And he just puts it down. So sick.
Dude, that was the trip of a lifetime. I'll never forget that, especially with Henry on board too. I don't know if you guys heard, but Henry Gartland in 2020 ended up taking his life, and yeah, he was one of my best friends growing up. I had him snowboarding on the G team with me, and I actually got a ring, put it on my middle finger so I can flick off the world for him, but it says Henry on it. It's my tribute to him, but yeah, he ended up taking his life, and he was just about to go pro for Santa Cruz. He was so incredibly talented, and yeah, it was a rough time I'll never forget. I was on my way to this kink rail that I was trying to cab to for a couple of years, and I got the call from my dad, and then tried my best to do it that day, but it's just really hard to take on, I guess, and yeah, definitely hit me pretty hard.
A major loss within the whole action sports community, obviously for yourself, losing a friend, a lot of grief, a lot there. Any learning lessons that you learned from dealing with seeing a close friend pass?
Well, it happens. That's the worst way that it could happen, and you're not alone. That's all that I learned from it. You're really not alone. Shit gets hard, but you can always power through it. You got friends, family, yeah, I don't know. That was really hard. That was a really hard one. It still is to this day. I don't know. Definitely miss him. He was the most I don't give a fuck attitude all the time. He just had not one single fuck to give in the world. He just lived his life the best way he could, and yeah, I don't know. Suicide, fuck suicide.
Well, Benny, thanks so much for sharing that with us. Always terrible losing friends. And I got to ask if you have any particular memories that you're fond of with Henry, spending time together.
Dude, my favorite one is the first time I went over to his mom's house. I was probably 8 years old. And we're watching YouTube videos, and there was my mom was pretty straight edge and she's a sweetheart, just like an angel, but she would never let us watch anything that swore, or she wouldn't let us hear swear words. And we were watching just YouTube videos, and I was like, is it okay if it swears? And they, him and his mom just started lighting me up, making fun of me. You're such a baby, what? I don't know. I just got completely roasted for asking if a video could swear. We were probably 8 years old. Right? That was probably one of my favorite memories, one that I'll never forget. I don't know. He also said Henry used to snowboard. He was on G Team back in the day. I gave him one of my old Burton Dominants with the grip tape on top, and he had a mean front five.
Woo!
Yeah, he was a beast with it. And then, once he quit snowboarding, he just leveled up skating, and he was insane. Kickflip crooking 16 stairs, and
The footage you put out right before he passed was some of the heaviest shit he filmed. I feel like, dude, it's just on like such a upward trajectory.
Just a tear. Like I don't know. It's got to be scary. Like I can't imagine doing anything like that. Like I'd way rather go backlip like a straight down flat down than even like crook like a 15 stair. Like no thank you. And he's doing kickflip crooks and stuff, back over crook. I don't know. He's just insane.
I was gonna say he was like back over crooking 12s first try and shit, like, right? Like I feel like I remember seeing one of them in a video part, and I feel like you remember telling me like, oh, he did that first try, and I was just like, what the fuck?
He 50'd this one rail in one of his Santa Cruz parts. It's like there's probably 20 kinks on it. Like I don't think it'd be possible on a snowboard, and he 50'd it on a skateboard. It was insane.
Well,
on that tour too, he was just having the time of his life. It was amazing. It was so awesome to see, you and Henry just like connecting again and snowboarding and skating, and there was like no worries. And that was a golden time for sure.
That was it was nice because like I feel like the older we got, I kind of like strayed away from like third layer and like just started focusing on snowboarding and like hadn't really got to spend time with him like that for like probably 3 or 4 years. So it was nice to like really reconnect with him, and like that was a trip I'll never forget. Like it was insanely special and wouldn't have been possible without the general, right?
Baby Huey.
And Alex had a big play in it too. That was good times. Wow. Well, incredible.
I'm sure he's looking down. He's really proud of you. And again, you never know what somebody's going through. All you can do is be a good friend, be there for your friends, support your friends, support the people you love. All right, let me tell you what I'm excited about, people. These Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die hydration packs. We are hammering these things at the office all day long. I'm drinking these on the daily, staying hydrated, whether I'm just at work or I'm out getting after it on my snowboard. And one thing people should know is that 75% of Americans are dehydrated. You're talking about losing strength, focus, endurance. You can have some brain fog. So let's hear the science. Your body needs electrolytes. We're talking sodium, potassium, magnesium to actually pull water into your cells. That's where Bubs Hydrate or Die comes in. It's based on oral rehydration solution science, a blend of sodium and glucose that pushes hydration directly into your bloodstream fast. We're talking 2 to 3 times faster than water alone. That's not hype, that's actual data. So whether you're flying, you're climbing, you're drinking, you're working, or you're just up at altitude, you're losing more than you think when it comes to water. Hydrate or Die brings it back. We're talking 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes per pack, cane sugar only, no sketchy sweeteners, and it's NSF certified for sport. It's clean, tested, and made in the USA. And let me tell you something, this new formulation tastes really, really good. So hydration's not optional. It's the cheat code to keep going. Hydrate smart, hydrate clean, hydrate or die. Head on over to bubsnaturals.com, grab a box. Your muscles, your brain, and your send will thank you. It's Bombhole approved. Let's do this. All right, we're going to talk about Herschel outdoor equipment. You may have seen them. We give them to all of our guests that win Name That Video part. Pack them full of Bombhole merch. They are sleek, and they're introducing a brand new performance line for travel and the outdoors. They got Alpine inspired and designed with multifunctionality for the first chair or last minute flight. I personally use all Herschel gear when I travel. I use the roller bag. I use the big roller bag. They got great backpacks. And the one thing I like, you can take your backpack and slide it over your roller bag, and you can be a true pro traveler. All their stuff's really well made, and they're building a team. They got Arthur Longo and the Dust Box on board already. So if you're interested in getting some sleek new travel gear, check out Herschel.com.
All right, we're going to take a quick intermission here to talk to you about our good friends over at Pub Beer, who just happen to be the official beer of questionable decision-making and cheap fun. That's right. You heard it here first. Whether you're just having a couple, maybe you're watching the game, Pub Beer's a great option. Cheap fun. Maybe you need 50. Did you just get dumped? Pub Beer's got you covered. Cheap fun every time. Pub Beer.
And you mentioned him being sponsored, but we didn't talk about in your formative years your first sponsors.
So when I was younger, I really wanted to ride for Rome. But my first sponsor was the FL Project Board Shop, which went out of business in probably 2014. But that was like my heydays. Like we'd go spend all the time we could there. Like go hang out at the shop, watch videos. Like Jeffy Gabrick would just like make fun of you the whole time. And, I don't know. Everybody there was like, it just felt like family. But the guy that owned it he was the flow rep in the Midwest.
Nice. Yes.
And I actually like really wanted to get on Rome. And I was hitting up Pete Harvey, who was the Rome rep. He ran Phobia Board Shop and Interior Plane Project snowboards. And but I was hitting him up. Yeah, shout out to Pete. He's done so much for the community in Minnesota, like local legend. But I was kind of salty at him when I was like 13 years old because I really wanted to get on Rome, and he ended up putting Garrett on Rome.
Oh, no way. Juicy J?
The Juicy J, the Juicy Joker. And Garrett was riding for Flow at the time, and I ended up getting on Flow. So, like, he got my dream sponsor. I ended up getting on Flow, and, like, it worked out. Like, I was really hyped to be on Flow, but, yeah.
We have a question related to that. I'm going to sidebar again. This is from Rigo. Here we go.
Benny, Chris, Bomb Hole, what's up? It's Rigo here. And Benny, I've been tasked with asking you a guest question, which quite frankly, I'm fucking honored to do. And, I was going to go the fried route, but we're going to keep it, a little bit more insightful. So, Benny, dream scenario. If you could go on a team trip anywhere in the world, you're planning this shit. Where are we going? And who's in the crew? There's no limit. Just keep it realistic as if it was a real trip. And, hope the time in the booth is going well. Oh, wait a minute. Part two. Benny, you ever have withdrawals about just fucking sliding your foot right back into a flow binding?
Oh, that was great.
All right, I'm going to start with the Flow thing. They weren't that bad. They really weren't that bad. It was the only time that it sucked was if you were in like deep snow, you get snow stuck under your foot. That was the only time that they actually were kind of annoying, but they felt like they kept your foot in so solid. Their boards were really good. Bindings weren't that bad, actually. I enjoyed them. I had no complaints. But it was really nice to get in a pair of unions when I made that switch in 2014. But dream scenario for a trip, that would be after going to DIYX in Stockholm just seems like paradise. Like there's just rails everywhere. It's far enough. They don't really get that much snow, but
they get snow sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like when they do, that place would be as good as it gets. Like, and dream crew, be sick to have Juicy Joker, obviously.
Woo.
Honestly, Nixon Jib Fest would be really fun to film with. Mm-hmm. He'd be learning the ropes a little bit, but let's see. Viz is always really fun to film with.
Stacked. This is a stacked squad.
Got to get Rob in there.
Yeah, Rob.
We need someone to switch back through to the down flat down. Who else? Rigo would be sick. Media guy. Get him front three into the down flat down. He's still got it.
Oh, yeah. It's good for a couple A grades.
Yeah, when he's feeling it, he snaps, he puts on. He's sick to have Dan Tyler filming. I've been filming with Dan Tyler since I was 15. Like he just understands it. Like he's been through a lot with me in snowboarding, and be really sick. And Stefan Jendi to shoot photos. He's
Killer.
The man.
So that's a hell of a crew.
Yeah. Oh, and Chris Duralis to help build the spots and boss up.
But not snowboard? Just build them?
And boss up.
Okay, good.
We'd have him guinea every spot first.
Well, Lenny's there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can't forget about Lenny.
Maybe two vans.
Yeah. Double trouble.
He said no limits.
Yeah. That's pretty solid right there.
We got to get Lenny back in the streets.
Damn, that'd be a trip.
Amazing. Yeah, so we were just talking sponsors. Let's go back to that. So you're on Flow. What did you get on Volcom?
I got on Volcom actually from skating in 2014. My mom actually went up to the local Volcom rep, Andy Conrad, and she hit him up, and he realized that I snowboarded too. This was right around when I first got on Flow, and he like sent me a box with like a Capita board, Union bindings, Volcom snow pants, and like more like streetwear stuff for skating. But yeah, I think it was 2013.
Amazing.
Something like that.
Silk, we got a Patreon question about that, I believe.
This one getting on Capita and Union. Yeah, it's from Benny Pellegrino. Shout out Benny Pellegrino and all our Patreon members. Let us know how you came to writing for Capita and Union. What was the process and who hooked you up first? Rep, flow, shop hookup, homie hookup, etc.
It started with a rep flow. So I went from flow, and it was in April. I was at USASA Nationals, maybe my last year doing it. But I was riding a 140 flow, and Emmett Clocker hooked me up. This was like right when my favorite TM, this guy Mark Leshak, he's the sickest dude. But he got let go from flow. So I figured it'd be a good time to switch. And yeah, I went April of 2014 was my first time riding Capita. I got a board and a pair of Unions from Emmett Clocker and met Mark Dangler at the launch at Seven Springs that year. And it just kind of went from there. And like, yeah, I was getting hooked up through Emmett Clocker for the first like 2 years. And then Dangler kind of took over. But yeah, it's been 11 years now. It's been a wild ride.
You know what fucking trips me out about Benny is like, like I was watching all these parts and all this stuff, and like a lot of it you're still in high school for. Like, you're doing a lot of shit at a young age, you know, like sponsor. I mean, it's just insane to think it's only been 11 years because in my head it's almost like 20 years. But
was that? Sorry to interrupt. Is that the same time you filmed the 1817 movie, like 2014?
That was my junior year and senior year of high school, actually. Okay. So, like, when I first started filming street, I actually got hit up by Mike Tinez, who ran Bald Eagle, and I was 15 at the time, and I got on 2 trips with them for that, and my footage never got used in the video, which was kind of
why is that?
Harsh as a kid. It was pretty soft.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty soft. There was one clip I was pretty hyped on. It actually ended up being a welcome to the youth shelter supply board shop, like welcome video. But yeah, I was 15 when I first started, and like Jeffy Gabrick was like my older brother. Like he showed me the ropes. Like he made me tag along. We actually went to Madison, Wisconsin, which was 4 hours from where I lived, and I like just got my permit, and he made me drive the whole entire trip. Like he just took advantage of me and like just made me drive like the whole time. And I almost killed us like 3 different times. Like I barely knew how to drive, and like yeah.
Didn't you guys listen to one song the entire drive as well?
It was nothing but 2 Chainz, but we probably played the song "Fork" by 2 Chainz.
Oh god, that's a classic.
Probably 150 times on that trip. And it was so funny. He had girls from Tinder showing up with coffee to the spot, and like I almost died on that trip. And like filming, like trying to get a clip, I almost died. Completely focused my board. I fell like 25 feet to a rail, and like
there's footage of that.
Yeah, it's somewhere in my Instagram, I think, or I don't know. That was something I'll never forget. But yeah, Jeffy, huge shout out to Jeffy Gabrick. He's like an older brother to me.
And then the year after was the 2-year 1817.
So the
first 1817.
Yeah, the year after that, Bald Eagle kind of dwindled out, and Dan Tyler and Derek Combs put together a crew, and we filmed a video called Decoded.
Okay.
For Cryptic Films, and we filmed one video with Cryptic Films, and then the following year we were starting to film another one, and that just kind of transformed into a 2-year 1817 video.
Okay.
Which is certified heat.
One of my favorites of all times, especially Benny's part.
Dude, Lucas Magoon's got a part in there.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Pagansky, Joey Peterson, Ethan Dice. Like
Drew's part, too.
That was such an honor being a part of that crew. Like, I grew up looking up to all the 1817 guys. Joe's got a part in there, too. Like, they were...
in high school filming that still?
Yeah, the second... Like, the year it came out, I think I had just graduated. So his senior year was the last year of it. But yeah, that was a dream come true getting to film with that. I got to go on a trip with Jake O.E. and Joe and Billy Bottoms, and we went up to Thunder Bay. And I was like in high school. I had this giant vape, that had a touchscreen on it. And I'll never forget, Joe the whole time was just lighting me up, just roasting me like, wow, dude, you got a vape? Like, just making fun of me the whole time, like an older brother, not like in a bad way at all. But he was just giving me shit as he should, because I had a big vape, like a goofy looking vape.
Like the box mod.
But Jake O.E. was all about it. Yeah. Dude, we like ended up like smoking out the house and set off all the fire alarms in the Airbnb with the vape. And like, we actually drove from Minnesota to Thunder Bay, so you got to cross the border in Canada. And I hid the vape under the seat going across the border crossing. And there's like a 9 out of 10 chance your car's going to get fully like searched. And I remember like the agent like going under the seat and pulling out my vape and just looking at it like, what the hell is this? And then just like put it back and let us go. But yeah.
For the record, a vape's not illegal.
Yeah, no, they're fully legal. But I was like, in terms of like my parents definitely.
Oh, got it. Okay.
A little bit illegal. Like, you gotta hide it a little bit. I'm not proud of the senior year vape. That's what you do when you're 18.
You're supposed to vape. I mean, at least that your generation.
I do not condone, though. I definitely regret.
And who did you convince that you had games downloaded on it?
I convinced Brock Crouch and I think Winkleman and Judd that you could play video games on it, and you could like watch like I told them you could watch porn on it, but you couldn't do it at the time because there was no Wi-Fi. And they just fully believed it. Like, it is such a funny vape, though. It literally had a touchscreen on it. Like, it was.
We're gonna have to find a photo of a similar vape or something just for reference for the video. Incredible. I was with Jake O.E. right after that, and he kept referencing Thunder Bay. Every time somebody would land a trick, he'd just be like, Thunder Bay! All right, let's get into a segment of the show. Seth, do you know what we're getting into?
Kind of smells like Name That Video part.
How you feeling?
I'm a little nervous for this. I love this game, but I feel like I'm going to get hit with a curveball right here.
Well, Juicy Joker, he said you'll get everything, so we didn't go easy on you. I got 2 for you. Confidence level 0 through 10.
I'd say 5.
5, I like that, right in the middle. All right, we're going to start off with what I think is a meatball. Here we go.
This is Jake O.E.
That's correct.
Dark Side?
I actually don't know the answer. I just knew. It's Videograss, so I feel like it might be Shoot the Moon. But I also could be spreading misinformation right now. So
it's that.
I mean, you knew it was Jake O.E.
Yeah.
I think we give it to him. We get Silk.
Yeah, that's good in my book. If Chris doesn't know it, that's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, so Jake O.E., I don't have the actual answer for you. I'm sorry. All right, part 2. Here we go.
Jed Anderson in what video is that? Is it Transworld video?
No, it's not.
Or
come on. It's a 2-song. There's 2 songs in it. It's Jed Anderson, that's correct.
Yeah, and so I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love. That's the second song. What is it?
No, that's not. It's not. No, it's not.
Wait, no,
it's not Get Real. Yeah, it's not Get Real.
That's not Shoot. No, Shoot the Moon was. It's
Mazzy Star.
Mazzy Star. Shoot the Moon. That's correct. So we're whittling away. It's not. We know it's not Get Real. We know it's not Shoot the Moon.
This is the process of elimination.
I like that you're being tactful, just not blurting out final answer here.
He does like 10 tricks on a down rail.
That's
just
correct.
Completely destroys it.
You know the video. We know the rider. I mean, I could go through a bunch of different names just to kind of. I mean, Videograss in that area, you had the first Videograss one, you had Shoot the Moon, you had Dark Side, you had Bon Voyage.
It's Bon Voyage.
There it is.
Bon Voyage.
He knows. Wow. Congratulations.
Those were my childhood growing up.
You won this bag full of items.
Damn,
from Herschel. It's a Herschel bag. Yeah, it's a great satchel. Part 2 of Name That Video Part, or maybe part 3, is for the listeners, so you guys don't guess it, even if you know it. And if you comment on the photo of Benny on our Instagram, that's where we pick our winner. We need video and rider. And what do you win, Silk?
I think you get a sticker that says, I won Name That Video Part, and all I got with this stupid sticker.
That's exactly what you get. Nothing like the prize pack Benny just got.
Nope. It's
Lower your
just
expectations.
a sticker.
It's really not much. Good luck. Okay. Thank you guys for playing Name That Video Part.
Do you know that one too? Just curious.
It's so familiar. I know it's one of the newer videos.
I was going to say it sounded new.
It's a hard one.
There's going to be some disappointed people that you guys didn't know that, but we're going to move right along.
Yes.
We got a guest question from another Midwest legend, Mr. Tommy Gesme. Here we go.
What up, Benny? Tommy here. I got a quick question for you. What is your favorite clip that you have ever filmed? I hope the bomb hole is going smooth. I'm excited to tune in whenever it airs. Thanks, y'all. Peace.
Damn, that's a good question. There's one that I'll never forget, and that is bringing it back to the Thunder Bay trip with Joe and Jake Oweed. So Joe was like one of my biggest influence. He was my idol growing up. Like I watched Child Support over and over and over again. Like the People video, he was a huge influence.
Until you met him, or?
Until I met him, and then
Just kidding, Joe. Love you.
Man. He's the man. Yeah. But on this trip, I did a back 3 on that's in my 1817 part, and I learned that trick. I used to wear I took a pair of pants out of my brother's drawer that were skin tight to try to imitate Joe, and I learned back 3s on with those pants, and then. Fast forward probably 6-7 years, Joe is towing me into a rail and I'm doing a back 3 on. And that was honestly like my goal in life. It was complete. Like, I don't know, like my idol towed me into this rail doing a back 3 on. I just felt so complete after that. And like, probably my favorite clip that I filmed, not just because of that. Like I don't know. I stopped doing back 3s on after that because I was like, damn, I don't need to do this trick anymore. Like I'm hyped on that. Like it felt good, but yeah, having Joe tow me into that was like pretty special too. I was 18 years old, like kind of getting to know Joe.
Did you say, Joe, you complete me after you landed it? Just kidding. You know what you did? You know what you did that was amazing in that is Joe kind of made a critical error with his iconic back 3. It's a little bit of a gray area though, because in Child Support, that back 3, that iconic back 3, he like slaps it down, but then he lifts it up into a tail press. And it's kind of a gray area where you did a great job where it was clearly a back 350. You didn't leave it up for discussion.
Yeah, you did the back 3 cheater 5-0.
Camber boards stiff back then. I mean,
not those step shots. So
not those. They're like noodles. Okay, so it was the operator, not the equipment.
Yeah, Child Support though. If you guys haven't seen it, that's an incredible video. Simone Chamberlain,
yeah,
the sickest.
Do you have a take? So do you have a take on Joe's back 3 at the end there?
I mean, that was the first one I ever saw. I thought it was really sick. I mean, nowadays you couldn't get away with that small of a down. It's like the size of a tour. Jimmy Floyd front crook that thing or something. Like.
Was it would you call it a back 3 tail press or a back 350?
I was just out as a back 350. His foot was lifted up a little bit, but it was back 350.
Okay. It's just kind of something we debate here. Just, it really gets under John's skin too.
What does he say?
He's kind of neutral on it. He's like, I never claimed it was anything. I just did it. And we just argue about it on here. So it's pretty fun for us, really.
It looked like he was trying to press.
Incredible. Yeah, that's a heater. It's just it's like basically a long down bar, right?
Yeah, probably a 20 stair.
It was mellow, so it's kind of a balancing act.
Kind of steep. Oh, you're talking the 1817.
Yours, yeah.
Yeah, that was like a 40 stair maybe.
Yeah, his was actually legit.
Different times, but
yeah, different times. Yeah, yes, it was.
At that time too, I had been doing so many back threes where, like, I used to do back three onto everything. Like I caught myself because I was doing them so much, and like I just loved to back three on. I thought it was a really fun trick, really cool. Kind of like Nixon Jib Fest right now. You see him up at Woodward, he's doing back three onto everything. Back four, sometimes he'll topple over, head over heels, and tomahawk a little bit. But yeah, you go through a phase when you're younger, you find a trick that you really like, and you just lock into that trick, and you do it over and over and over again. And then one day you wake up and you're like, wow, I do this trick way too much. Maybe I should learn something new. But yeah, I did way too many of those, and then I did that one, and I was like, I'm done doing this trick now. Like, time to retire it.
I'll just say nobody was sick of you doing it. I remember you were like 12, and I was competing against him in a USASA contest at Highland. Homie comes up, back three out first try out of this like 8-foot shotgun rail. No way did it seem possible to like spin more than a 180 onto this rail, and he's just like a top, and all the rest of us are like, all right, so like who's trying to get second place? It was obvious, and there was no one touching him. It was pretty sick.
I've been breaking them out a little bit recently, like kind of reviving it, but
still in there?
It's still in there a little bit. It takes a little longer than it used to.
What's the ticket?
Take off flat base so you don't go over the rail. And if you want to front three out, you got to use the rail to your advantage and kind of like get to your heels almost and like readjust on there. But yeah,
I think most of us are just looking to just try to survive getting on the thing.
Yeah, I guess
but just in case.
It's like doing
Yeah, but if you want a front three, you gotta load it. That's good. I will once I master the back three, I'll call you back.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in mind.
And I'll wonder how to front three off as well.
Yeah, I guess it's just like doing a back three off a jump though, and then you land on a rail and balance it out, I guess. But
so you don't want to hinge. You don't want to just like double hand drag hinge off the takeoff.
Not really. You don't want to. I mean, if your name is Rene Renecongus, then maybe hand drag.
True. Yeah. Intentionally. Yeah. Unintentional hand drag's a different story. Okay. I got a question. I feel like we've all seen you snowboard for a long time. Everybody knows you're fucking incredible. That 1817 part is incredible, and you filmed a bunch of parts since then. But do you feel like you filmed like your opus, your part of parts, so to speak?
I honestly don't. Like, I'm waiting for the right opportunity to come up. Like, I honestly thought after the 1817 video, when Pat Bridges hit me up for the Snowboarder Mag video beta, like, I thought I would just keep going up. But I learned a really hard lesson that year. And, like, I started the year off, like, just, like, pinched a sciatic nerve doing a back one preseason. Couldn't, like, walk normal for, like, 6 weeks. And then I ended up taking an Uber. Like, I flew to Calgary January 6th to meet up with, like, the Westburys and Reed and try to go film there. I took an Uber from the airport to this down flat down and just, like, fresh off the plane. Like, probably shouldn't have been snowboarding. And I was trying to do, like, front board pretzel switch 50 on a down flat down. I don't know what I was doing. Like, I was just so fired up, like, finally able to snowboard again, and I slipped off the flat and dislocated my elbow. And, took 5 weeks off getting that recovered. Right when I got back from that, Gab, Jacques, and Mia Lamson flew to Minnesota. And very first spot out there, I hit this picnic table and then tried to Miller flip off this, like, 25-foot deck. And I caught the railing with, like, my upper wrist and tried to grab on. swung under the deck and landed on a rock and like broke my ribs and punctured my lung. So it was like back to back. Like before that I was feeling bulletproof. Then that year it like really opened my eyes and like, I don't know, kind of like put a damper on things a little bit. Like when it comes to filming, like I'm a lot more aware. Like it was a good learning experience and definitely don't feel as bulletproof as I used to, but I'm learning ways to like, obviously like the older I get to, the more dialed you get. Like I'm just kind of waiting for the right opportunity to film. Like I feel like it'd be sick to film a 2-year project.
That's it.
Always.
That's what I want. I was going to tell you should do that. I like that that's where your head's at already. Can we get it? Who do we need to call? Red Bull and Capita and Union and Volcom? How do we get a Benny 2-year? And also, how do you surround yourself with the people? Because I feel like that big part of getting the best out of any snowboarder is the right crew. Like, I feel like if you could get yourself assembled with the right crew, a 2-year project, and just bang us over the head with the Benny part of parts.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like filming for Glow was really sick. That was like a really fun year, really fun crew. But we only got to go on like 2 street trips for that. And like, it'd be nice to be able to get on like 5 or 6 in one, like just 2-year project, like really stack up, have clips that you can like throw away, not like, I don't know. I feel like I filmed like 12 clips for that year. And like, I was also dealing with stuff when we tried to go like film backcountry stuff. Like I dislocated my elbow again at Heavy Metal and yeah, I was just kind of getting smoked in the process of trying to film that. But a 2-year would be really sick. It'd be nice to maybe chill out on like contests a little bit and just focus on like, I want to film something that I'm like proud of, like something I can look back on and be like, I did it. Like I don't feel complete at all. Like
even after the bacteria on, you still.
I was going to say 1817 video wasn't enough.
I mean, what I've always appreciated though about your snowboarding and your approach, you know, because I just been such a fan for so long, obviously, had you on the team forever, but you just don't stress out. You know, you kind of take your lumps, you know, like you have a shitty year or you have a pretty good year and you're not just in your head, you're not stressing, you're not like in this like blind chase after something that's, you know, maybe not going to work out at that point in time. So I don't know. It's not really, it's just kind of me just like reflecting on what I see in you and I know it's going to come together for you and it's great. And like, I don't know. I just appreciate, you know, watching you snowboard over all these years and like going through like the whole list of every trick you've done and you like show up to the dog fight and is like that hard way 270 over the gap kink and in through the kink. It's just
second half of the triple kink.
Yeah, it's just like it's incredible, Benny. So I know it's gonna come and I'm gonna be there front row and center. I can't wait for it to happen. So.
Honestly, I think the most fun I've ever had filming was with you when they did the igloo up at Brighton. We just spent like 2 weeks. Like we started in Bear, went to like the middle school out there, and then just like went around Brighton. Like there was it was like Volcom and
Fat Tire.
They got a house right at the base of Brighton for like 2 weeks. Well, they had it for a couple months, but we were there for 2 weeks, and we would just like go hike around Brighton and just like hit whatever, just like not really like taking it serious, just like having fun. Like it was like Scott Blum was with us, Steffi was with us.
Yeah.
Seth was guiding us. He's the ultimate
general.
Like the general.
Creedle Cosm was the video we made from it.
Yeah.
Those were golden times. Like, I mean, you were just like like you kind of were like, yeah, I'll come for a few days, and next thing you know, you're like there a month. It was great.
Yeah, I honestly got to a point after like the second week, maybe the third week, where I felt like I was like partied out and I needed to get out because like it can get a little hairy out there with like, especially with Scott Blum. Like he's a menace. But I like, yeah, it was like sleeping in the living room. There was one like a couple days where I had a room with a massage chair, which was really dope. I had to give it up. Like I just felt like I belonged on the couch. Mm-hmm. And Mike Rav, obviously, he's legend. Absolute unit on and off the hill. Like after you get a couple beers in him, and he's a madman.
I remember there was some bomb hole cup. There was a paint debacle or something. I remember you guys showed up from the igloo, and there was, I don't know if it's the same year. I don't know if we want to talk about it too soon. Too soon.
No, I mean, dude. I mean, you have a house at a resort with a hot tub, and there's
beers.
a
Unlimited.
garage full of free beer.
Yep.
And we had free pizza from Wild Mike's. It's like, what do you think's gonna happen? You know, just a bunch of carefree people. You know, we had a good time. We had a good time.
Lenny was wearing a full outerwear kit in the hot tub.
Yeah, we had a little gym park in the backyard. That was so sick. Those were great times.
This is like 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of like, when was that? Like 2021, and then 2022, maybe 22. Yeah.
That was before we made it to the Igloo and Bear, Lenny was the first person to gap through the tree at the Jeffy Kink in Big Bear.
Oh, yeah.
The gap front lip.
Yep.
And one little fun fact about Lenny, if you put money on the line, he will do it right there. No matter how long, like he's taken like hundreds of dollars from me. And
that was like $500 he won.
yeah, so like he was battling it out, and Seth was like, Lenny, if you do it right here, I'll give you like $200.
I had $100. I had a crispy Benny in my wallet. Handed it right to him.
And everybody, like, I was like, I got 50. Someone else was like, I got 50. Everybody just started chipping in. And then he bossed up and did it right there. Yeah. And like, yeah, sometimes I'll think about making an offer to him, and then I'm like, wait, he's just going to take my money. Like, don't.
Yep. I want to revisit this video part thing for a second here. I'm not done talking about it because I have some things I'd like to say. First of all, the 1817 part is an opus-worthy part, right? Like,
Absolutely.
just want to clarify that. I don't know if I made that clear. That is the opus-worthy part. I don't want to discredit. But here's what I want to see on the new opus if it was to happen, allegedly. Dude, all the shit that you do on park kinks, like all the crazy tech, like you mentioned dying on a front board pretzel to switch 50. I want to see that. I want to see, the cab teaser, the kinks. I want to see Benny just go to all the fucking tech rails that you can, the dream kinks all across the world, and just unload. I'm done talking, but I'd like to see you do that.
Hopefully we can make it happen. I got some unfinished business around Minnesota too that revisited a few things a couple different times. I can't say what they are, but they've got the best of me. I dislocated my elbow trying one. That wasn't very fun. I've dislocated my elbow like 6 times now.
I was gonna say, I wanted to ask if that was if that got started on that one trip when you messed your elbow up, and if it was just recurring.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it just happens out of the blue now. Like when we drove from Bear to the Igloo, we had like the most insane powder day first day. And I like fell over in the snow, and I was picking myself up, elbow dislocated, like did it at Heavy Metal last year.
That one was bad.
Like, yeah, luckily I've learned how to pull it back into place now. And I've been like hitting the gym trying to just build muscle around it and like lock it in. But yeah, it's not that fun, honestly.
All right, I want to dive into some rail jam talk because you got Rock a Rail, 3 freaking wins, hot dogs. You got a third and a best trick. You've won 2 heavy medals, multiple podiums at Dew Tours. You got an X Games medal this year. I believe Bombhole Cup, you got some trophies from something, if I remember correctly. Dogfight, you won best trick. I'm sure we're forgetting a lot of these contest wins. You've had like 7 PB&J podiums. Of all of the events that you've done, what's your most cherished memory of a podium?
That would have to be when I was 15, I was out in Seven Springs for like a rev tour, and they had the Burton qualifiers, and they had a qualifier and then the finals there. And if you won the finals, you you earned yourself a spot into the Burton Rail Days in Tokyo. So I like didn't even know this was going on, like found out when we were out there. Like I ended up winning the qualifiers and then ended up winning the finals. And I was like 15, you're supposed to be 16 to get into the Burton Rail Days, but they like let it slide, and I got to go to Tokyo when I was 15 for the Burton Rail Days, and somehow I ended up getting best trick. I did like a 50 hard way back 350 transfer. Woo. And won like $1,000, but I got a photo with Jake Burton with the check, and like that was a pretty special moment. Just like got to shake Jake Burton's hand, like an absolute legend. Like that was, I feel like that was kind of like what made me realize that I like could actually like make this like what I could live out my dreams kind of. And like ended up going back the next year with like my brother, drank my first beer with Frank April.
Nice.
Sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, the first year I went out there, Frank April was there too. And my parents love Frank April. Yeah. I think he's the funniest guy ever. Like Johnny O'Connor was there too.
Wasn't Jeremy? He was out there like, judging.
Oh yeah, no, he competed the first year. Yeah. And like
the Frost Puppy did good one year too. Alex, I feel like, but yeah, continue.
Dude, Yuki Kadona was there the first year, and he was walking around the whole time like 2 girls under each arm, or like a girl under each arm, just some Yuki.
Just being Kadono.
Being a Kadono.
Yeah, legend. That's cool. I'm curious when it comes to rail jams, right? There's people that are incredible and they can't really pull it off. You always are a podium threat every contest you enter. Like what's the secret for those wondering how to do well in one of these freaking godforsaken events?
I've learned throughout the years, don't get stuck on a trick. Like maybe try it twice. If you're really close, try it a third time, but don't put all your eggs in one basket unless you're shooting for best trick. If you like give up and you just want to like get a best trick, just try that over and over again, but don't get stuck on something. Just like switch it up. Like, I don't know. Consistency is key, I guess. Like, you don't have to do the hardest tricks all the time. It does help a lot if you can be consistent with those, but yeah.
So just land a bunch of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
Staying on your feet was some good advice you've given me in the past as well.
Yeah, just like
I didn't take it, but
save the hard things for the end.
Oh, that's good.
That's
yeah,
Hail Mary.
Crescendo. You want a nice build up. If you do your hardest trick right at the gate, judges kind of have a short memory.
Yeah.
They remember who shows up at the end. But a lot of times judges are just putting check marks. Have you ever seen a judging of a rail jam pad? It's pretty loose. Okay, I've judged a few. You're throwing a check here, a check plus, a check. You look down, you're like, this guy's got 15 checks. There's no real
star
There's a
plus.
star. There's you can't even decode it. So yeah, make sure you get a bunch of checks. On this.
I was telling Mason when he did skate comps, I'm like, just go out there and land 3 things right off the bat, and then you'll get the judges' attention. And they won't stop watching you. It's like just do, even if it's just like a big ollie or something simple, you just land your first 3 things and then you're good. And then you can get tech after that.
I feel like if you're not taking it too serious too and you're having fun, like it kind of catches their eye more because you're like not, I don't know, it's just good to have fun out there. Like when you take it too serious, you put a lot of pressure on your shoulders and it just becomes hard to snowboard. Like it's just another day of snowboarding, like realistically. Like don't put the pressure on yourself. Just go snowboard, go have fun. It's easier said than done, but like once you can convince yourself that it's just another day of snowboarding and like there's no real pressure, like whatever happens, it becomes fun.
I got another question. You're so fucking good at snowboarding, Benny. How? Like, how do you do it? I'm serious. Like, what do you do to just be able to do everything, land everything every try? Asking for a friend.
I think that falls back to growing up, just like snowboarding nonstop all the time. Like Garrett McKenzie and I, the Juicy Joker, we would go ride wild from 4 to 9, close it out, go back to his parents' house, light up the backyard, set up rails. We were just constantly snowboarding, like nonstop. So I feel like it kind of got engraved in us. And like, I don't know, it's just consistency. Like if you can ride as much, it goes with anything. Consistency is key. Like skateboarding, you skate every single day, then you're going to get pretty good at skating. Like it just takes time and it takes focus and like, yeah. Also, one thing I've told myself from skating, I learned this skating, but I use it snowboarding too. You haven't learned a trick until you can do it 3 times in a row.
Woo!
Like you haven't truly learned the trick until you can do it 3 times in a row, because then you have it in the bag. Like I don't know. It's, yeah.
I haven't learned a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to learn.
That was more like for skating, but
so I haven't learned a trick. You're telling me I haven't learned a trick.
I haven't learned fucking anything. God damn it.
That's something that you can kind of only do that on the ropes though, where you're just like constantly boarding, like where you can
We come from the era of 2 to make it true, but 3, I don't know. I just don't know. Silk, we got a Patreon question, maybe from Nate Robertson. Maybe tee that one up.
Yeah, thanks, Nate Robertson, for the question. What makes the Midwest so special? And how did growing up riding the ropes at Troll and other hills around Minnesota influence your riding style?
Well, I think the ropes are what make it so special. Just like, honestly, like riding like Highland or Troll or Wild Mountain or Elm Creek, wherever you're riding, they all have skate park vibes to them. Like everybody's posted up at the top of their bags. Everybody's hanging out. You can hot lap if you want to. You can go hang out at the top. Like it's just a different kind of community there. Like, it's a different scene where chairlifts are dope, and I've really enjoyed living in Salt Lake riding the chairs the past couple of years. But you don't get as many consistent laps, and like you can pull up to the hill by yourself any day, and at least at Troll or Highland, there's gonna be homies there, and it just like you can't really do that anywhere else. Like there's always everyone's super cool too. Like I don't know, it's just like more of a skate park vibe than a mountain vibe.
It's really sick that you can see the whole resort too from pretty much anywhere on the hill. So it's like you're gonna be able to like see all your homies killing it the whole day. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, and one really sick thing about the Midwest is let's say you go film all day, you can go ride the resorts at night. Like resorts are open till 9, Trollhagen's open till 3 on Fridays. Like you can go, if you got it in you, you can go film all day and then go ride resorts all night. It's
film all day, ride till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
On a Friday.
Hard thing to do.
The other thing, too, to think about with the Midwest is the ease of experience. Like, I remember this kind of being on the East Coast growing up, too, where you're like, going snowboarding, it's like going to the skate park. You're just driving a few minutes, you pull up. It's not like you don't got to jam up some huge canyon, wait in lift lines. It's just like going to the skate park, like you said.
Yeah, it's just a lot easier to snowboard. Like, I'm actually moving back to Minnesota.
Yeah.
I love it here. It's been really fun, but I like visiting more than living here full time. Like it's just a little harder to snowboard out here. And like since COVID, everything has just gone up a lot. Like there's so many people that are up at the resorts, which is really sick to see. But it's kind of hard to snowboard here sometimes.
Do you think that's why Sexton and Jake O.E. and Ethan, and there's all these, Midwest legends that just always stayed rooted in the Midwest, even though everybody else was moving to Salt Lake or Colorado or wherever?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably a big part of it, like just the ropes. And Minnesota is known for being really cold. And usually when there's good snow, you can film all over. Like Minneapolis, St. Paul, it's a big city, and Seth and Jeremy and all these guys, Micah, they all put the beat down on that place. And like, it's, I don't know, driving around, it's really cool to see the old spots and be like, holy shit, Seth did a front 2 onto that? What? Like, it's, I don't know, it's kind of like a museum in a way a little bit, but there's new stuff being built. So like, there's still a lot of opportunity, and it's just good to get a fresh eye on it. But the cities are big. Minnesota, it's just easy to film there.
I feel like the Midwest too, like, the community is, in general, and about everything, like the community and the people are all about the activities and the kids and coming up with these like rad outlets, whether it's sports or basketball or hockey or skateboarding or snowboarding. It just seems like everyone really backs it, and they're like, oh yeah, like we're open till like 9 after school. Like go snowboarding.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Don't you know?
Sorry to interrupt the shirt.
No, it's just cool. I always like I felt that again. I've roots in Minnesota, but I felt that again when I started going there, and then seeing all you kids like coming up, just like destroying it, and it's just rad to watch. It's like, I love that community vibe.
It seems like snowboarding is growing a lot in the Midwest too. Like, you get a lot of kids that play hockey, but snowboarding is like dropping your kid off at the skate park or at Troll. It's like a daycare for the parents. That's what it was for my parents. Like, they go drop us off, let us go have fun for 5 hours. They don't have to think about us. Like, we got ski patrol if anything happens. But yeah, parents are like learning. It seems like it's really thriving in the Midwest. And like, dude, you go to Highland nowadays, there's so many kids that are just, and Troll, like, they're insane. They're doing like front lip rippy flips, and they're like 14 years old. You're like, who the hell are you? What? That is insane. Like, I don't know. Kids at Highland are on another level, and Troll.
I was going to say Troll too, but I remember when Stan made that pyramid of like the like, you know, levels of what snowboarders are, and the tops, like, you know, the ultra pros, the Morrises and everything, and then like halfway up the pyramid is just any random troll kid. Yeah. It's just so real because they've got every single trick in the bag.
Highland too, though.
In the bag, if you will. You also won Lord of the Ropes, which is not a note I have on here, but I remember that happening.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. And that, honestly, like the year after that, Garrett McKenzie won. And then my other best friend from growing up, still one of my best friends, he won it the following year. So it was like a Wild Mountain trifecta. Like we all backed each other up. And it was like, I don't know, it was really cool. Like after Cole won, it was like the icing on the cake. Like shouts, Cole DeMegla is his name. He's one of my best friends.
Love you, Cole.
Prestigious win.
Let's gauge the prestige of Lord of the Ropes or Red Bull Heavy Metal. Where like,
well, he's got a Red Bull hat on.
I know.
Maybe X Games. Maybe X Games.
Okay, X Games.
Yeah. Lord of the Ropes, it's like sudden death. Like if you mess up at all, you're getting knocked out. Like it's literally head to head. Like it's a bracket form, and like you could get put up against Kyle Kennedy or Mike Skiba. You like if you win that, they definitely messed up. Like those dudes are Kyle's won it 2 years in a row. Obviously, they call him Shredbot at Trollhawk, and he's a robot. He's insane, but. Yeah, all it takes is one mess up and you get knocked out. Like, you could be on your A game, but you come off early on a rail and the person behind you does it perfectly. It's rider judge. So, like, if you and I were up against each other,
I'd be fucked.
We drop. But let's say the next round comes through and we're at the bottom, we have to judge it.
Yeah.
Like, we have to choose who wins from the next round. So, like, Rob and Seth could be up after us, and we would be the ones judging it. It's fully rider judge, which is really cool.
Yeah, so you vote for your homies too, which is good if it's questionable. Right?
Yeah. It depends.
It's usually pretty obvious. I mean, it's one run, right? So anything soggy, zeeched, fall off early, like you're fucked. It's really hard.
Yeah, and there's so many good troll kids now that are just like so hungry for it. This kid Hallway Andre. He won it, and that's a no-brainer. Like, he's insane.
I got to ask, at a Bombhole Cup, when you saw me get on the steel, were you a little intimidated? Because I feel like...
I know you still got it. I saw the switchback lip through the down, flat, down. Like, that blew my mind. Like, I haven't seen you hit rails in a long time, but I know you still got it. Like,
I had so much fun getting in there with you dogs. I think I told Fava I was coming for his job when I was in there, but... Granted, it was, dude, this setup was great, and fucking competing in rail jams is actually when you're not serious and you're not like, I have to do well. You're just like gonna do your tricks. They're so goddamn fun.
Yeah, if you can have fun too, then it's like, if you're not having fun, what's the point really? Like, I don't know. You just gotta have a smile on your face. That's what it's all about, and being a part of the community and doing a switchback rodeo first try, like
second try. I actually aggressively caught my toes on the first one in Scorpion, but thank you. Yeah. Let's talk about rail jams though for a minute, because they went away for a while, right? They were hot in the early 2000s, and then they kind of had a lull. Now they're back in full force. You compete in all of them, and then you also film video parts, and you do both. What's your take on the current state of rail jams?
I think it's really cool to see him like thriving like this. It feels like early 2000s, like the Johnny Laz era. Like it's one day of snowboarding. It doesn't really need to take away from your season, but I mean, it's really cool to see it. Like I don't know, it's just another way for the community and the general public, for that fact, like one way for them to get eyes on snowboarding, which is really cool. Like, I'm sure like 90% of the people at the Boston Heavy Metal have never seen snowboarding. They have no clue what it's about, really. I'm sure they know about Shaun White. That's different, but like, I don't know. It's really cool to see snowboarding, or like the street side, getting pushed so hard like this. And like, it's like this kind of snowboarding, like street snowboarding, or like what we're portraying at these events. It's like the easiest way to go snowboarding. Like, you just go out with a shovel, you find a cool spot, whether it's a picnic table or a 20-stair down rail, and you set it up and you have fun with your friends. And I think rail jams are doing a really good job just pushing the sport and helping it grow. And I don't know, getting it in front of viewers.
It's very eloquently said, Benny.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and you think about it, if you compare it to, like a half pipe that you have to go into some mountain. You can't put a half pipe in the city, or if you do, it's probably costs $1 million or some ridiculous amount of funding where, you truck in some snow, you find a rail, you slide down the thing, you can do it at you can put on a rail jam for a reasonable cost. And it's just the more events that are happening for the community, whether it's half pipe, whether it's a USASA, whether it's a rail jam, I think the events that bring people together are freaking good for everybody.
Yeah, and it shows, I feel like one problem with snowboarding is the barrier to entry.
Good point.
And, resorts are they're expensive these days, and there's so many people there that, I don't know why they'd lower the prices, but the Midwest, that's where it's a little bit more affordable because the ropes, to buy a pass at Trollhagen, it's $300. Elm Creek, it's $120. But when it comes to the other side of snowboarding, you could just go find a hill and build a jump and do it for free. And I don't know, it's just it's super easily accessible, and people don't really realize that. All you need is your friends and a shovel and your snowboard, and you can make anything happen. Doesn't have to be serious either. Just go have fun.
Damn, he's spitting bars. $120 for a season's pass?
Yeah, at Elm Creek.
That's less than a day ticket at a lot of resorts.
And even Trolls at, 300 or so. That's still, Park City's, 3 something for a day ticket?
God damn, I'll have more fun at Troll anyway.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Park City's pretty sick these days.
That would be, people are going to start planning trips to, people are already doing it, but yeah, it's people are flying from Utah, which is supposedly the Mecca, to go to a 200-foot vertical hill in the Midwest because it's fucking awesome.
It's better.
Dude, it's funny to see nowadays in November when the ropes really start to get going, we get the Great Migration. So everybody migrates to the Midwest. You get all the Salt Lake homies, all the homies from the East Coast. It's just the perfect place to get your legs going.
What year was it everyone went to Wild and we were just on the rope, just tripping, seeing everyone there?
That was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something you never would see growing up. If you saw Jake O.E. at the resort, you'd be holy shit, it's Jake O.E. And then you pull up 5-10 years later, Riley Nickerson's there, Tommy Gesme, Jet Anderson. Seeing Jet at Troll for the first time blew my mind. That was, I was probably 16 or something, but that was a really big deal at Trollhagen. Everybody was talking about it.
I was there when you got a savage concussion.
Dude, on Pete's box.
Yeah.
The legendary Pete's box.
Yeah, dude. And I drove him to the airport. He was throwing up in the car on the way there on a fucking 2-foot box or whatever. I don't even know how you get hurt on that thing. It's jet.
Yeah, that was in icy conditions. And I don't know. Sometimes you got to, in the Midwest, you can't just hop into rails. You got to feel them out and 50 them 5 times and then backside board slide them. And if you front board it first lap, you're probably going to get smoked. The rails are dry, and I think he just went straight into it and tried to front board this box and just hooked, and that was really rough.
You know who else is a weapon on the ropes when I go there? When I'm going to, you think about video part pros, right? A lot of times back in the day, you put the best version of yourself out for a video, and maybe somebody like myself, maybe not that impressive in person because it took me 300 tries to land that. You can kind of, but Tommy Gesme, fucking in person on the ropes, consistent. Really fun to watch.
Just cruising, constant flow state. He lives in the flow state.
Little hunch going on, little no goggles, no problem. What's the goggle policy on the ropes? It seems like these days I'm not seeing a lot of them out there.
I'll see Rob wearing goggles out there sometimes.
Yeah, Rob.
Whenever I'm jumping, I gotta have.
Rob. Thank you. I'm so fucking pro goggles. It's insane. I can't wrap my head around the new gen. You probably don't even own a pair of goggles, Benny.
I got one pair.
On the ropes, though, you're an outlier with goggles.
Yeah, it's like a nuking powder day at the bottom of Millie. Benny and Reed show up. Benny is in a hoodie and like a open, like mid-weight puffy. It's just hammering. And I'm just like, I've spun so many laps and they finally got up there. And I'm like, looking at Benny. He's like, what up? And I'm like, Benny, you know we make the sickest outerwear. And he's just like, I know, but whatever. He just loves it. He keeps it low tech.
Yeah, function over fashion.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that contradicts it. I like the mobility of a sweater versus a jacket.
Yeah.
But
You got to be comfortable, you know?
Yeah, the Gore-Tex, though. Once you get cold, you're like wet, you're not comfortable. Vulcan Gore-Tex will save you, or just Gore-Tex in general.
We didn't talk about you getting on Red Bull, huge moment in your career. How did that happen?
So, Eric Doomer used to put on events with Academy way back in the day. And he did this one at Highland and just like had been watching me ever since, I guess. I was probably like 14 years old or something. But in 2019, he hit me up in the spring and he was like, yo, like, what do you think about riding for Red Bull? And I was like, dude, that'd be like so sick. Like, I'd kind of a dream of mine. And I didn't hear from him for a couple months. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, I guess that it's not going to happen. And then he hit me up in the fall and he's like, yo, it's actually like working, the ball's rolling, like, are you down? And I was like, dude, I'm like so down. And yeah, it just kind of went from there. Like we kind of went straight into it. Like the first year, filmed a Red Bull project and like, it's been really fun working with Red Bull. Really fun filming projects and getting to like getting to film a project with Levi LaValle was pretty insane.
It was a pro snowmobiler for the listeners.
Yeah, he's done a double backflip on a snowmobile.
Woo!
It's a 500-pound machine, 400-pound machine under your hands like that. Yeah.
So he was towing you in. Is the first one the hay bale one?
Yeah, the hay bale. And
how was the speed for that?
Dude, it was honestly not that bad, surprisingly. The roost kind of sucked a little bit, but yeah, it really wasn't that bad. I was super intimidated going into it, like just like hitting a bunch of hay bales in the field and like just got on Red Bull. Like I have all the pressure to like do the hardest stuff I can. And like, it was kind of a low snow year, so they were trucking in snow for that a little bit. And yeah, it ended up being pretty smooth actually. I got to ride Levi's sled one time too. That thing is so light, so fast.
But now that you're on a do, it's obviously much better. But going back to the situation, I always think about these like big productions. You're on Red Bull, you got all this pressure. They're like, Benny, we're doing a project. They bring in a whole crew of people. I'm sure there's filmers and producers and upper management there. And then like whatever the conditions you have in that window to film are what you have. And then you have to just be like, all right, I'm doing a double backflip over these hay bales, getting towed in by a snowmobile. Is that hard?
It definitely can be. Like when we filmed the Enchanted Forest, the one where I'm riding through the woods in the summer, when we filmed the intro, it was middle of February. It was the coldest week of the year. It was negative 25 degrees out. And I had to be wearing the same stuff I'd be wearing in the summertime. So I couldn't wear a jacket. I was out there wearing a long sleeve, no face mask, literally freezing my ass off. Like I felt like Jack Frost out there. Like I'd take a lap on the rope, go into the warming or like the little rope tow hut, and they'd have like a like big like blanket, thermal blanket to put around me. I'd warm up a little bit, go back out
like
there.
A quarterback,
literally.
And then when we filmed the summertime part of it, like the main part of it, it was the warmest week of the summer. It was mid-June. It was like 95 degrees every single day. So it was like 120 degree difference, 130 degree difference from when we filmed the intro to the main project. Like honestly, the summertime wasn't that bad, but I like snow pants in the summer. That's really hot. But yeah, it was really fun doing that and getting to see like the full production side of it and meeting all the Red Bull Media House people. And I'd love to do more.
That was such a cool edit.
Yeah, there's a Cake Pound Crew Patreon question. Why don't you serve that one up, Silk?
Yeah, shout out Cake Pound Crew. Always asking good questions. Yo, Benny, that wood setup you had was insane. How many people did it take to build all that and how long? Also, did you design it all yourself or did you have help? Thanks.
So, yeah, we worked with Booty, who 1817 legend. Big troll hogging guy now. he's like a lumberjack. He's the perfect guy to have. Like, he's Eagle Scout. He's just like very talented with woodworking, and like we like did some walkthroughs on the course, kind of got some ideas laid out, and then he went through and built it all. And like he knows how to build a feature better than anyone. Like, he's the Charles Beaconsdale of rails, pretty much.
Yeah, that's actually great. Yeah.
And he's an Eagle Scout.
And he's an Eagle Scout. But yeah, he built all the rails, and then we called them the Buggy Boys. It was a bunch of just like troll homies. Ethan Dice was actually out there, like just hauling loads of snow with a little wheelbarrow. Like, it was a 5-day project. It took a little bit for like the main part of it, but yeah, we probably had 10 people on production side, and then yeah, we had this homie Hayden Meyer who was out there just ripping his little pit bike around, bringing waters, and we had a big crew out there.
Now, do you have Zoom meetings prior to this where you're like talking about, I don't know, it just kind of makes me laugh thinking about talking about or was it just kind of on site?
It's more so like on site, like we all just meet out there, and we have done one Zoom meeting, but it's more so just like over the phone or on site or through emails, just sending like ideas like for features. And yeah,
that one turned out awesome.
That was it.
Doomer also mentioned something about when you got on Red Bull, you blocked his phone number, so he was trying to call you a bunch and it wouldn't go through. Is that true?
I don't really remember that, but that would make sense. Like right when it was kind of getting the ball rolling, like I remember getting the actual, like finally getting the call from him. I was driving up to Duluth, and like it's like an hour and a half car ride. It was the best car ride of my life. Just, I don't know, dreams kind of coming true. Like, still can't believe it, and I'm thankful for everything that Eric Doomer and Red Bull has done for me. Like,
yeah, what other things does Red Bull do? Like, do you get bonuses if you win contests? Do you have things like that in your contract?
There's some incentives for the contest. More so like there's like a few contests set in stone. Like, not really the random contests, and then
your X Games, probably your Dew Tours, your heavy metals.
Yeah, not really like the random like smaller events, I guess, but
Bombhole Cup's probably not in there.
I think it is actually.
Is it?
Let's
go. All right, nice work, legal department at Red Bull.
See,
whoever ran that up the pole.
Doomer really knows what's good with snowboarding. He's been, surprisingly enough, he grew up 2 minutes away from where my parents live.
He's a ripper.
He's got a mean back nine. Like, I don't know, he's a beast. He's the right guy to have in his position. He knows what he's doing, and like, I don't know, he's just really follows along with snowboarding. Like, he is the reason that Red Bull heavy metal is a thing. Without him, that would have never been revived. And yeah, he's doing a lot for the snowboarding. He's killing it.
Are you familiar with the Doom Aerial?
Is that a plant?
No, it's Doomer's backflips, because he kind of does like these wildcats, but it's like, where you flip it. I think
off the toes,
where you're not straight up and over. We used to, back in the Great Depression era when I snowboarded with him on Academy, we would coin those the Doom Aerial. So he's got his own flip. Anyway,
he's got a mean switch and direct.
Oh yeah,
which is really hard to wrap your head around.
Oh gee, do you ever do the Red Bull? You go to the gym and training facility thing in SoCal that I always see people at?
I've done it twice. I'd love to go back. Like, I don't know. In the summertime, I try to like work out as much as possible and just like get strong. And also, like, I've learned that muscle kind of like works as armor in a way. Like, I feel like if I didn't work out, I would have blown my shoulder out multiple times. And like with my elbow dislocating, the more I work out, the more I can like build muscle around it and help keep it in place. And like, I don't know, it's kind of jockey, but it definitely like benefits you a lot. Not only for like hiking around or shoveling, but just like protection as well. And yeah, I don't know. It's fun when you get the chance to go to the APC, you go hang out in Santa Monica, and they have nutritionists and like full-blown like trainers, and you get to see everybody. Like, I don't know. There's some homies in there too, like this homie Jimmy Bueller and Chris Lyman, and yeah.
Don't they have all the stats with all the Red Bull people, and you can see like where you stack up against people? I heard that there's like some beasts that go in there.
Dude, yeah, honestly, like there's like the high hop, or like they have this plate where you can measure out how high you hop. And I think Jake Cantor and Tori Pudwell are battling it out for first constantly.
Damn.
Like it's like one or the other. Like Jake will go in there, he'll one up Tori Pudwill. Jake Cantor, he's not very tall, but the kid can jump.
He's got ups. Where'd you stack up on that list?
It was like probably 7th or something. I don't know.
Not bad. Okay. I feel like Rob might be a problem on that one. Rob's got ups.
I got some jumps.
He's got a 50-inch high jump, probably.
Cool. So you maybe have some Red Bull projects in the works?
Yeah, we're working on something right now. Kind of like in the proposal stage, but tossed out a couple ideas and we'll see what one sticks. And yeah, it'd be really fun to do some more.
That's like a 2-year project where you film just like insane bangers all over. I can't wait to see it, brother. Let's do this.
That was one of the proposals too. Jamie Foy just put out a really sick Red Bull part.
Holy shit, that was insane.
Yeah, that homie's a freak of nature.
Frontside half cab to nose. I don't even know what you call that trick.
Fakey front one, fakey back over crook. I don't even know. Like
insane. Okay, people, we're going to talk to you about Goodr. We're talking sunglasses, Sunny G's. Cheap, affordable, high-quality sunglasses starting at only $25 a pair. You got a 1-year warranty and 30-day return policy. Who wants to spend $200 on a pair of sunglasses when you can spend $25? You get a whole bunch of them and lose them and still have 5 extras. That's what I like about it. They're lightweight and comfortable, 100% polarized, no slip, no bounce. They got all different types of styles and colors. They got speed shades. They got OGs. Lots of sleek looks on there. And they're designed for everyday use or if you want to get sporty. Grab some Goodrs. I like to wear mine when I'm splitboarding on the skin trail, eating some granola, throwing the sunnies. You're feeling good. And because they're affordable, and if you're like me, you can lose them and just buy another pair. You don't feel bad about it. If you need a pair of sunnies, Goodr is giving Bombhole listeners free shipping. You can go to goodr.com/bombhole and use promo code bombhole for free shipping. Goodr offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and 100% satisfaction. Again, that's goodr.com/bombhole and use promo code bombhole for free shipping. All right, people. We're talking nicotine pouches right now. We're talking Lucy Breakers. They're 100% nicotine, no tobacco. And they got a little nug in there, a little capsule. You pop it, it's a bit of a flavor blast. I quite enjoy it. They also have a subscription plan if you just want nicotine pouches delivered right to your front door. Easy peasy. I personally like the berry citrus flavor. I go 8 milligrams on them. And I love them with a cup of coffee in the morning. I hate to say it. I love to hammer these things. So check out lucy.co and use promo code BOMBHOLE and you'll get 20% off your order. They got a 30-day refund policy if you don't like it. Again, that's lucy.co, promo code BOMBHOLE for 20% off your order. And also, one thing to know is that Lucy products are only for adults of legal age. Every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. All right, I'm going to fire up Assault. I feel like we've been going for a while here. Anybody else want one?
Oh, fire.
I'll go for one.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Set the
Cheers,
strap.
boys. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. We're back. We are so back. Okay. Yes. All right. I have a huge topic here, Benny. Huge topic. Those are available at bombhole.com. If you're interesting, run through a wall. Smelling salts. Okay, so you were there for one of the most iconic things that's happened in the past few centuries, at least for mankind. Just a pivotal moment in the history of the world, really. And that moment was, let's just set the stage, Hawaii, I believe. I mean, you were there, not me. Why don't you walk us through? I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when the deck incident.
The Bush debacle. Yes, the deck incident.
Yeah, so that was the very first day we got there. We all showed up at like 4 a.m. or no, we showed up the night before and everybody woke up at like 4 a.m., like super jet lagged.
And who's we?
It was like Reed Smith, Parker Zoom, Tommy Gesme, Jared Elston, Nick Baden. Reed's girlfriend Emily was there. I think that was everybody. Sam ended up showing up like a day or two later, Sam Taxwood. But so we all woke up like mad early, like 4 or 5 a.m. And you're on island time, you're in Hawaii, like we just started drinking. Like full like just vacation. Like we didn't leave, we left the house once the whole time we were there. We were there for a week. But we all just started making screwdrivers that morning. And Tommy was sleeping by like 10 a.m. Like he was just passed out on the bed on the deck, like just like, I don't know if he was like tired or maybe he blacked out. Like he's a good drinker. He's
A combination of both?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. And so it's like 12 o'clock and he like wakes up out of a dead sleep and like just like kind of like zoned out, like cracks open a beer and then he like, I don't know how he got the idea, but he like hops up on the picnic table and he was like gonna jump from the picnic table over the deck railing into some bushes that are like right on the north shore of Hawaii. The bushes are like 10, 15 feet tall. They're like they're like kind of daggers in there a little bit. And Tommy, I don't know, I don't think he was thinking, maybe his alter ego was out and he gets on the table and he's like, "It's simple math, brother." And goes to jump off the deck, off the picnic table, misses his footing, like smashes his leg on the railing and just topples over into the bushes.
Yes.
And like, yeah, I honestly couldn't believe like when he got on the table, he was like, "I'm gonna jump in." Like I don't think anyone was like, I don't think anyone could believe that he was gonna try to jump off that. Like it was just like so good. And
let me get the audio real quick of the clip just so everybody can hear it. Hold on. Let me just unmute it. So, okay, here we go. It's simple math, brudda, I believe is the quote. So anyway, continue.
So he might have dodged a bullet, missing his footing and leg tacoing the railing, but he, like Reed and Jared and Nick were pulling him out and they were pouring like Trulies on top of him while he's like just 5-10 feet deep in this bush. And he made it out alive.
Yep.
And
injured?
No injuries. He's unscathed, like completely. Mm. And then the party kept going and
yeah, I kind of screenshotted. I was doing a little dissecting yesterday. And I think there's like a couple key moments here. This moment right here of the foot slip. This is where things really started to kind of go south. Is as soon as that foot missed the table and he was able to kind of hip taco the railing there. And then I did just another zoom in of just kind of his facial expression during the foot slip.
Lights on, nobody's home.
Yeah, he's mid foot slip, doesn't look concerned about it. There's not a lot of concern on the slip. So
we got to get the horizontal screenshot like Air Jordan logo. 686 could go a long way with
simple math, brudda. Also, one of the most insightful, I would almost say stoic quotes before this maneuver, you could say. You know, it really is simple math when you break it down. You know, it all makes sense.
So later that day, we kept drinking after that. And we tried to go on a hike across the street, and everybody was just like gonzo ball. Like we were all just wasted. And Nick Baden was barefoot with a backpack on and no shirt, and we were hiking up this sketchy part. And I look back and I just see Baden like just start falling backwards. Just starts tumbling down the hill. And there's like tree roots everywhere, like not a comfortable place to fall down the hill. And there's people walking up behind us and they're like, yeah, probably not a good idea. Like, and we ended up like turning around and walking home. And yeah, that was like, I can picture it so vividly, but he just starts falling backwards down this like steep hill. We were going up to a bomb shelter, but yeah, what happens at the Volcom House stays at the Volcom House.
Well, not anymore, but
I mean, there was more to it.
Oh, there's more to it. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, that's good when you can't successfully just hike, which is essentially just walking, really. The boys are in rare form.
I think stuff. Barefoot might be not the best for a rocky hike like that.
Yeah.
But
wow, I'm so glad that you got to live that. I mean, you said that Sexton pulling you in for the back three was kind of, but I think the Tommy hip taco into the bush incident of 2020 or whatever year that was, that would be my life highlight. I mean, I kind of have like a where were you when you saw this type of thing. And I remember when I saw that for the first time, it was a legendary moment for humanity, really. So, okay, I guess we'll move on from that subject. Keep things moving here. So it seemed like when you were doing contests for a while, you did USASAs, you competed in the Rev Tours with all the dogs. Why did you ultimately stop doing Rev Tours?
They were really fun, but it was like, I feel like almost a waste of money with the weather in a way. Like, I feel like 60% of the events that I tried to go to, they would end up getting like wind delays, or like the event would get canceled, especially in Mammoth, which wasn't a big deal because we got to go like snowboard with my friends. It was really sick to do, but I also like kind of felt a calling from like just filming street stuff. Like it was a lot less pressure, a lot more fun. Like it's kind of what you do in Minnesota too. And like I really enjoyed doing the Rev Tours, but when I was 18, it was just like I should probably take a different path. And I'm very glad that I didn't stick with the jump contest and what the kids are doing these days. Like Jake Cantor just did a front triple off his toes. Like what is happening? And Tyga Hayes the snowboarding's broken on the jump side. Like those guys are insane, absolutely insane. So like, yeah, I just felt a calling from the rail side of it and I followed with it. And I don't know, 18, 17, couldn't pass that opportunity up. And that's like what all the people I looked up to were filming street parts. So I just decided to go that route. And yeah, I made it top 5 a couple times at Rev Tours, but I could never really podium too. So it was like, I'm just going to stop wasting money this way and find a different route, I guess. And yeah, the street side of it's fun. It's a little less pressure, but still like, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and it's pretty easy to get smoked when you're filming street, trying to push yourself.
100%. Now, going back to the contest thing for a quick second, there's rumors, or I don't know, I'm not an official source or really know anything, but people have talked about rail jams being in the Olympics at some point. I feel like you would be a contender. Have people ever brought this up to you, and have you ever thought about what that might look like and if you'd pursue it?
I've heard rumors of that too, and like I have had a couple people ask me, and like if the opportunity's there, I'd go for it and like just give it one shot. Like if you make it, cool. Like you went to the Olympics. It's, I don't know, it might kind of kill the rail jam side of snowboarding. Like I am like kind of so-and-so about it, but like if it happens, why just be a hater about it? I'm like, you just got to try at least. Like, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to do. It'd be probably not for another 2 Olympics. So I'd be like 32 years old probably, and probably pretty over contest. But I don't know. You never know. It could be worth it. I think it'd be fun to shoot my shot at that. But yeah, I don't know. If it's too difficult to qualify for it, like, so be it. I don't know.
Rob, you got a take on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be pretty damn cool. It's like, as long as we're already doing contests, you might as well go to the Olympics to try. Like, don't have to do a future spin. You might be able to go to the Olympics, represent your country. It's a pretty big honor, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's an interesting topic, but I always think that's cool. You know, and the thing I think that's cool about it, when you see, you know, like our friends, you see Sage or Red or these people that have gone to the Olympics and won gold medals, and they're the same person, but then they go on like Conan O'Brien and they go on Wheaties boxes and they have all these like, they're like, you know, able to kind of elevate, have the right people put snowboarding in front of a mainstream audience. I understand there's things that kind of suck the soul out of it with, you know, the impurities of like making it a FIS event and, you know, the training. And if there's, what are they going to have, handrails with airbags at the bottom and like things that we don't love or whatever, you know, whatever it takes to get there. But when you see your friends win a gold medal, you're like, this is pretty fucking cool.
Red said fuck on live TV for the whole world to see. That was awesome.
100%. That's awesome. Well, let's keep going through the video part timeline. We kind of breezed over the 2 snowboarder mags. You talked about beta, your formative years getting smoked. And then the next year was everybody. How was that season for you?
That was a little more fun. I still got smoked at one point. Obviously, that's just what happens when you're filming a video part. But that winter was really fun. Like, we had a good cruise. Like, Jill Perkins was a part of it, Reed, Cooper, and Gab Jock. And then Ted Borland was filming. So filming with Ted Borland was like, that was like the sickest. Like, he's just like a mastermind. He'll do whatever it takes to like make a spot work. If he has to cut down a full blown tree, like he'll do it. He doesn't care. Cut the knob off rails. And having Lewis, the dog, as emotional support at every spot, pretty sick.
There's a sleeper part. I feel like to me it's kind of a sleeper because I think you edited it yourself, the one you dedicated to your mom.
Yeah.
That one's fucking awesome. You got skating at the beginning, all that. How was filming for that project?
That was super mellow. Like, that was just Dan Tyler and I going out around the Midwest for like 3 years just filming stuff. Like, a lot of the footage was like sent to the dust box. They were going to use some of it. They might have used a clip or two. Yeah, kind of just, I don't know. We were just in Minnesota, had nothing to do, so we just went around and filmed. And yeah, it just all accumulated. And then one year I was like, screw it, I'm just going to like put this together. Like, I'm sick of it just floating around. And yeah, just made a little video. Like, I used to post a lot of videos on my mom's YouTube growing up. So I just didn't really have a place to put it. I didn't really want to hit anyone up. Like, it didn't feel like it was that serious. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to post it on my mom's YouTube and call it Thanks, Mom. And maybe it was kind of a fried idea for the name at least, but it was, yeah, dedication to my mom because she has done so much for me throughout the years. Like, so much. Like, she's just, yeah, been my savior through everything. And, like, that was my teacher for 5 years. And, like, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at without my mom. So, yeah, thanks, Mom.
Shout out Christine.
Yeah, should we go mega air horn on that, too? Maybe we don't do this one very often.
Hit it with the mega air horn.
Here we go.
I really love in that part at Arlington, you skated it, and then you hit the same spot, snowboarding, like 2 similar clips. Like, I love that. It's so sick.
Yeah, with that one, I actually got the skate clip first and then went back the next winter and was like, I got to figure out a way to snowboard it. Yeah. And Drayden and I ended up hitting that top rail, and Drayden got the sicker clip. He did back blunt, pull out. Like, it was so sick.
It kind of like no one's really hit it like that, too. Right?
Jonas came from the other side.
Oh, okay.
Right? Jonas Mitchellot?
Oh, yeah, he board slid
No slide pop over or something?
Wait, didn't he hit the down? I think he might have hit the down.
I might be making stuff up. I thought it was a no slide pop over, but I might be sorry if it's fake information.
I think he might have hit the down part of it. Like,
okay. You're right. That's what it is. Yeah, not on the flat. You're right. Same spot, though. Same zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's been a lot down there. Christopher All's front went off the very top into the wall. And, like, there's been a lot down there. Seth
kind of ollied through the pillars over the rail.
Yeah, to flat.
Just died.
It's a big drop.
But it worked out. It was like, I think it was my first time using a bungee, and it was psycho cold. You know how those things just don't work when it's cold? I didn't know it. I was like, I'm still going, fuck it. It's a sick spot. Like, you got probably the most memorable thing by far.
I don't know about that, but that's a fun way to hit it. I'd love to go back and hit it.
Just loved like the skating aspect, the snowboarding aspect. I always thought that meshed cool.
Been a lot of really sick skate stuff that's happened on it too.
Really?
Like, yeah. People have like kind of shit on that spot, but
kind of that ledge into that sketchy like hill bomb after.
Yeah.
Super sick.
Did Jack Olson hit it recently? I feel like I remember someone from Minnesota, like one of our boys hitting it.
I feel like, Ty Stigney hit it.
Okay.
I can't remember what he might have did pop shove back 50.
Okay.
And then pop in.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jack did like nollie heel nose slide.
Crooked it or something. Or switch crooked it. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I actually went there with my brother before we went and skated it, and he just like dropped in it without even looking at it. And he caught the curb part of it. You have to swerve into the wall to like avoid this curb that'll just throw you to the bottom. And he got bucked by it and just smacked the ground so hard. Like,
You come out with some heat on that thing.
Yeah, you're mobbing at the bottom of it. It's really fun, but if you go down, you're bumming.
So I was always wondering if that might have been a speed wobble, but that's you trying to dodge something.
Yeah, you gotta there's like a curb that comes out, and at the wall, it's like a little bit smoother.
Interesting.
Like a little.
So your bros still skate?
Yeah, the oldest brother Josh doesn't, but my older brother Alex does. He's just skates, works, and drives fast little shitbox cars.
That's amazing to hear too. I always feel like there's a lot of people that have sat in that chair that have supportive families. Yeah, I feel like it takes, you're like out there, you're winning these events and you're filming these great video parts, but like in order for you to get there, it takes a supportive family, and it's always cool to see.
Yeah, I actually lived with my brother for a couple of years in St. Paul, and that made, like when I was filming with Dan, it made it like a lot easier. It was pretty cheap rent, like, I don't know, pretty nice location. We'd always go skate together too. Like, yeah, I love skating with Alex. It's really fun.
You got him in skate? You got him covered?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
But he can get you. Okay, that's good. As long, the younger brother, it's always hard for the older brother to lose to the younger brother. I don't know. I got an older brother. We battle it out.
We really battle it out on Forza racing on the Xbox. Like, I'll always try to beat his high score on the Forza.
That's what I was thinking about when you're like, yeah, you got to spend a lot of time in the gym. I'm like, you mean skating and playing Xbox? Or
it's gym, and then you play Xbox, and then you go skate.
Okay, got it. Just to get clear on that. We kind of touched on Glow, but it seems like you guys had such a good crew last year. You had Viz, you had Joey Favo's in the mix, the whole Capita, the Capita kind of
Miles
contingency, Miles killing it. And then just great film put together. Why am I blanking?
Kevin
Nolan killed it on that. But yeah, it seemed like a good year for you guys.
Dude, yeah, it was a really good year. And that was like, I feel like Kevin's first like real, actually no, he filmed a LibTech video before, but I feel like his first like professionally produced video, like kind of like big time video in a way. Like Capita put a lot of like faith in him, and he killed it. Like as he does, like he's incredible. But he's more of a backcountry filmer. So I think after shoveling, we went to Alaska and we were shoveling like insane. We were putting in 15,000 steps a day, shoveling with push shovels in the heavy snow. And I think that trip, it broke Viz and I, but it might have broke Kevin too, because after that, he's like, I'm just going to film backcountry the rest of my life. Like, I don't ever want to film street again. Respectfully, though, like, I get it. That was like the amount of shoveling we were doing up in Anchorage was, I've never shoveled so much in my life. I felt like I was a part of Breezy's build crew. Like
in that big stadium area with you're talking about all the landings for all that and everything.
Yeah, we were shoveling. Like there was so much snow. Like we were just digging stuff left and right. Like just trying to create random stuff. Like half the city didn't have snow, and the other half had way too much in random spots. Like it's a fun trip. A lot of shoveling.
Always respect when people are like, you been in Alaska? Oh yeah, Anchorage. Get a heli? Nope. Shoveled snow, actually, with a push shovel. 5 days straight.
Didn't leave the city.
I love the Cab 2 backlip to that double kink, or whatever double two rails.
The Oslo double slide.
Is that Oslo? I was wondering where that is. Yeah. Was that a battle?
It's probably 15 tries. Like the second to last try, the rail on the first flat actually separated. And I almost re-broke my arm after being in a cast for 9 months with my arm. Like I had caught in between the rail, right above my brace. My arm got ripped out, and it went completely numb.
Like a bear trap? Like you bear trapped the rail with your arm? Like you went in?
At the end, my arm went straight in and then just got smacked out. Like caught it right above the brace that I had on. And I like put the rail back together, and I got like really pissed. I was like, I'm doing it right here. Like, fuck it. I'm like, I don't want to hit this thing again. But I like just like Hail Married it that last try and like rode away from it. And yeah, went home and sat on the couch for a couple weeks after that. I had like a giant knot in my arm. Like I thought I re-broke my arm again, fresh off a 9-month broken wrist.
Damn.
I was going to, sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Rob.
Well, I was just going to bring up too, like we kind of touched on injuries as well, and you wanting to be able to obviously film like your part that you're really proud of. But I know like you've been nursing something, whether it's your wrist, your elbow, or your back. Like I feel like I can remember something just holding you back a little bit for ever almost. And like, it's been hard for you to get all the way back.
Did it? I mean, snowboarding beats the shit out of you.
Especially the way you snowboard.
Yeah, and I dislocated my wrist in the dumbest way. I was picking up a camera bag. Wrist slid out of place, and it was dislocated for 3 months before they found out that it was actually dislocated. And I ended up I went 6 months with a dislocated wrist, got surgery, and then another 3 months to let the bones heal together to like fix it.
Damn.
So it was 9 months in a cast with my dominant wrist that, yeah, I mean, it wasn't the worst thing, but after 6 months, like in a cast, you can't use your wrist. It got really annoying, but was still like able to shovel and stuff. Like just can't bend your wrist or really use it too much. But yeah, that was the year before Glow, I guess.
What do you do to stay sane when you're actually laid out and you can't ride?
Video games.
Yeah, there it is.
Or like, I guess find other ways to be productive. Like, I don't know. There's always something. You can always work out depending on what you hurt, or like the gym is always there to keep you sane.
Let's go back to the real answer though. Video games. What video games do you play?
Depends on who I'm playing with. We play some Fortnite.
Okay.
Rob and I are always doubling up.
We catch a lot of dubs at the crib.
Yep.
The Call of Duty Zombies is pretty fun. And Forza.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, and I bring that up not to harp on injuries, but just to say, like, from now until I guess beta was when you really got that first banger with the elbow. Like, you've been putting in all this work with some type of injury, being like, God damn, So I just wanted to put some respect on that. 'Cause it's pretty sick.
Yeah, the injuries are almost a blessing in disguise because they could prevent a lot worse of stuff happening, because it opens your eyes to like what could happen, whether it's a tree in the wrong spot or like, I don't know, you just become a lot more aware of what's surrounding the spot and ways to. The goal with filming a part is making it to the next spot. Like if you can't make it to the next spot, you're just like, I don't know, it's worth a shot, but that's why you save the really hard stuff for the end of the year. And if you're going to get hurt, at least do it at the end of the year and don't ruin your whole season for it. Like just be aware of your surroundings and try your best to make it to the next spot. If you're like really stressing about this spot and you don't think you have it, but you feel the pressure from everybody that helps shovel that you got to do it, you just got to learn to like take a step back and be like, well, maybe I don't have this. Like I can always come back, but if you're not feeling it, don't do it.
Were you feeling that at the Cascade Kink?
Yeah, I was like feeling a little bit of pressure because we spent like 5 hours digging it.
We spent some good time, but I'll let you know, none of us gave a shit. We're like, dude, if you don't want to do this, whatever. Like, we'll go to the next spot.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
And you tried. You gave it 5 insanely good tries. But yeah.
Yeah, it's probably for the better.
Saving it for that 2 year we keep talking about.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get into hot takes here. Who is your Michael Jordan or your GOAT to you, your greatest of all time, both male and female?
I'm going to say JP Walker.
Woo.
I mean, who else has filmed a full switch part? Who else he's just like a full ATV. Like, he is a powerhouse. And then, honestly, for girls, it's maybe too young to say Jess Perlmutter, but she is a powerhouse. It's too early for that. Give her 10 years, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of women's snowboarding. But honestly, Desiree has done a lot for snowboarding, like for women. It's a hard one because Jess Kamira too. I can't pick a favorite between those two because they've done a lot for women's snowboarding.
We usually make somebody pick. You got to pick. It's not a multiple. You kind of got to pick one. It's not like Kobe and LeBron and Michael Jordan. Like you kind of.
Okay. I'm gonna say Jess Kamira.
Woo.
Sorry, Des.
Des got audible there. That's wow. Would you consider snowboarding? I hate this question, by the way. Lifestyle, art, or sport?
All of the above. Depends on how you do it. Scotty James, it's a sport to him. Tommy Gesme, it's a lifestyle and an art. It's all of the above.
Good answer. Who's one of the most underrated in your opinion?
Ooh, I guess in the past I'd say Chris Durales.
Steel or powder?
Steel.
God, thank the Lord. Somebody finally got it right. Nobody gets that one right. Okay, who's got your favorite style ever?
Probably, I'd say Jed. Jed in the in color era. Jed still, but
yeah. Jed's not in color, I don't think.
All right, sorry, get real.
Yeah,
get real.
Yeah. Who's got your favorite method?
Favorite method? Seth Hewitt.
Oh, baby.
Baby Huey.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I better start learning methods.
I don't know what are you talking about.
You still get down? Do you still reach? Is it getting further away? Is it getting further away?
We'll have to confirm maybe in Woodward copper session.
Yeah, this summer method. We'll break that one out. Okay, what's your favorite snowboard video ever made?
I'd say Child Support, or honestly DC Mountain Lab had a huge effect on me. Like growing up, we'd watch that over and over and over again. Like, shit, Travis Barker, the sickest snowboarder ever.
Yeah.
It was just such a fun video to watch.
Well
still to this day.
Good answer. Favorite board graphic ever made?
I really like the old Capita Stairmaster with the, like, I don't even know what it said. It had the, like, girl on it. It was like 2007 probably.
Stevens wrote it? Was he on that thing? Or is it pre-Stevens?
I think it might have been pre-Stevens.
Okay, cool. I guess I have no idea what you're talking about then. I'm sorry.
Sound like black and green?
No, it was like pink sidewalls and or like a kind of a pink sidewall.
Yeah.
Or like rose sidewalls. I don't know. It had like a bunch of writing all over the top sheet, like a girl's face.
Okay, go to must-land rail trick, like most consistent. What's your, if Reynolds has the frontside flip, what's your rail trick?
Switch loop same way.
Ooh, that train's never late, brother.
Yeah.
Go to.
You don't miss that one.
Can confirm I've never seen him miss that trick in my life. In my life.
If anybody can kind of report to us of seeing Benny miss that one, because I don't think anybody's ever seen it. Unconfirmed. All right. Pants over or under the high back?
Depends on who you are. I'm all about under the high backs, but I've been seeing over the high backs coming back a little bit.
Oh, they're coming back.
It looks sick. It's like so 2010. Like,
yeah. Just check Baby Huey's footage out from '98. Those things are way over. Keeps those high backs hidden.
You can't even see them bindings. Bindings are gone.
Okay, if you could have a dream spot. Oh, actually, this one. You go heliboarding with 3 people, anyone in the world. Hypothetical. Who's going in that heli?
Miles, for sure. I mean, I feel like T. Ricky's so common. I can't say T. Ricky. Seth would be incredible to go in there with. The general.
Red Bull budget. We're going deep.
T. Ricky kind of secures the Red Bull budge too. Should take the helicopter to troll.
Might.
Hot lab troll. Who would be third?
So you bumped T. Ricky out, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay, he got bumped. So there's one more seat.
I'm going to have to say Lenny Mizzotti.
Sick.
Oh, that's a good bird. That's a good looking bird.
Rob would be my 4th.
Oh, dude, I was like, dude, BMO. Like, it's all good. You don't got to take me. I know you want to ride with that dude.
BMO is an
I appreciate
absolute unit.
Okay, dream sponsor, doesn't have to be snowboard related, anything in the world.
Bass Pro Shops.
There we go.
Great answer.
So
there
real.
we go.
Great answer.
I was just going to ask you about the muskies.
Yeah, I think I'm about to retire from muskie fish and stick to the bass fishing, but I got to catch 1 over 48 and then I'm done.
What's your biggest muskie as of now?
I've caught a bigger pike than I have muskie, but 36 inches. Nothing to be proud of.
It's a hog.
Those are slimy fish, those pike.
Yeah, they're they're a nuisance on the lake that I grew up on. But yeah, the muskie is like hunting. I've spent 150 plus hours hunting muskie and had a bunch of the boat, but not everybody can be Tommy Gesby when it comes to muskie.
Because you got to jig the bottom for those, or are they deep?
You literally have to like hunt them, and they're so smart because they've seen every lure in the book. Like they're all over the place. Like you can find them under docks, you can find them in 12 feet of water, 15 feet of water. A lot of people will catch muskie when they're jigging for walleye. They'll catch a walleye and they'll be reeling it up, and the muskie comes and T-bones it, and takes it out.
Oh, damn.
Off the walleye you just caught.
Damn. They're carnivores. They're just hunters.
They're like the alpha of the lake for sure.
That pike you caught, though, was like 39 plus, wasn't it?
40 inches.
40, yeah.
Yeah. Never
It's not rocket. That's what they call them, right?
When they're little. The little slime balls, the snakes.
All right.
Snot rocket.
Last question of hot takes. Worst trend. What do you got?
Cool guy. There's no point for cool guy. Or snowboarding, it's not that serious. It's all about fun. Like, there's no point. You're not better than anybody else because you can ride a plank of wood down the hill. Snowboarding's cool, but there's no need for acting like you're the shit. I don't know. There's no need for that.
Beautiful answer. Okay, we're going to dive into setups. What board are you riding? You got one behind you. Is that your daily driver?
Yeah, I like the Capita DOA. I ride a 154. A little smaller, easier to whip around on the steel. And then, as of recently, I started riding the Union Ultras. And I've always been a force guy. I love the forces. I bounce between the Ultras and the forces. But
go ahead.
Ultras are a little more playful.
What's going on with the flex of that thing, the DOA?
The flex of it is, it's pretty soft. It's really fun to press, but it's also like super solid. Like it's camber under the bindings and then reverse camber on the nose and tail. So it's like, it's super playful, but also like you can jump on it just fine.
You can jump and you can press.
Yeah, you can do everything. It's like it's an ATV. I can't get enough of this board.
Cool. What size did you say you rode?
154.
154. And height and weight, just so we can see how that stacks up to a 154.
I'm 5'11", weigh 170.
Okay, sick.
I got size 8 boots, pretty small feet. But
I think those are key metrics for people trying to figure out what they want to ride, because it's like, obviously someone who's taller, I mean, especially with me, it's like trying to explain like, oh, okay, like I ride this size, but I don't know.
I ride a 190.
Like straight up. So I don't know. I just thought that would be some good information to have.
Good intel. What boots are you rocking in there?
I've been rocking the Scott Stevens 32s.
Team 2s?
Pretty sick. I got a pair of your boots at home too. Just waiting to break them in.
Just at home though. No, those Stevens boots are amazing. Killer. All right. So what's next for Benny Milam?
Well, I'm driving back to Minnesota tomorrow to go do some bass fishing for the summer, and I might not come back to Salt Lake. I'll probably visit a little bit, but I'm getting back to the ropes. I miss it there, and gonna try to get some stuff going for the summer. I really want to start fundraising for my local skate park. That's been 20 years. It's 20 years. It's the same park. They just gave the ramps a little facelift, but want to get some turkey bingos going, get some skate contests going, just start getting the ball rolling to expand the park and give the community something cool and grow skateboarding in my hometown and give back. That's where I learned how to drop in. It's a very special place to me, but yeah, it's just kind of boring now. It's very outdated compared to all the new parks. Osceola right by Trollhagen just got the sickest park in the Midwest thanks to Marsha Hovey, who she is a powerhouse. It would not have been possible without her. And she did it so quick. And Richie Conklin built the park.
Sick. Evergreen Park. Is it Evergreen or did Richie just build it?
It's his new, I think it's called Primary Concrete.
Okay, cool. Amazing. He builds such good parks.
Yeah, it flows so good. Yeah. It's my new favorite. It's 20 minutes away from my house now. So can't wait to get back and go skate that park.
That is incredible.
And which skate park are you looking to read? Do you want? Is it not YO?
The Chisago skate park.
Okay,
yeah. Old prefab.
I mean, YO could use some love too, but
yeah, it doesn't matter. That's not my
that's for another day. What's turkey bingo, G?
Good question.
I was like, we're just gonna breeze over that.
Yeah, I just acted like I knew what he was talking about. I'm glad that you clarified.
All right, so turkey bingo is just bingo, but you win turkey, and everybody like has to pay per game, and it's just like a Midwest fundraising thing. Like that's what we did for an expansion on the park back in the day. So
Turkey bingo.
Turkey bingo.
Incredible.
Hell yeah.
Well, if you get a GoFundMe or something going, send it our way. We'll get it going. We'll try to promote it. Skate parks. God, look at the Jeffy Park. What a special place. Skate parks are a special place. I think it's awesome.
The Jeffy Park in Mammoth is the best skate park on the face of this planet. It's old and crusty, but it's so much fun.
That one's good. All right. So lastly, do you want to throw out any thank yous before we wrap this thing up, Benny?
Yeah, I want to give a huge thank you to my parents, my mom and dad, Christine and Bob. I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today without them. Also want to give a huge shout out to the general over here for everything he's done for me throughout the years.
Love you, dog.
They love you too, Seth. Yeah, mega shout out to the general. And then I want to thank Riley Goodwin at Union, Mark Dangler at Capita, and Blue Montgomery as well. I want to thank Preston Strout, and I want to thank you guys for having me on the show. It's been a huge pleasure.
Thanks, man.
And I guess everyone else that's helped me along the way. I wouldn't be where I'm at without all my support from all the peers. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, snowboarding.
Well said. It's been a good show. Rob, did you have fun?
I had a blast, man. It's always great to come on the show and get to hang out with my boys. So,
Silk, did you have fun?
Absolutely.
Do you have a favorite moment?
Yeah, the Tommy Deck debacle.
Yes.
That's a good one.
The Hawaii deck incident. Seth, did you have fun?
I had a great time, Chris. Thank you all for having me a part of this amazing episode. Benny, love you, kid, forever.
All right, who's doing the sign-off, Silk?
I say we just have Benny do it.
Yeah, Benny, you want to take us out of the show?
Well, that's going to be a wrap. Thank you, guys. Thank you, the bomb hole. What should I do?
There it is. That was great.
Yeah.
Perfect sign.
I think you're the first person to not ask us how to do it first.